Outside in the warm Miami air, wind shall turn to me.
What was your name again, kid?
It's still Heller. Nathan S. Heller.
Aren't you gonna spell it?
Look, I don't want to be in your story.
Good, because you're not. You're Chicago, right?
Born and bred.
What do you make of that, in that cell back there?
You're New York. What do you make of it?
It's horseshit. I think that little bastard hit Cermak. I think he thinks he's dying from that stomach of his, and the mobsters probably promised to support his family back in Italy in return for him taking Tony out, and for his silence. What do you think?
I think you're right on the money. But if you print it, nobody will believe a word.
What's the guy to do? Bullshit they'll believe. Take it from me. Facts only bore 'em.
Well, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, your Pharaoh of physical media, your purveyor of not this microphone, all kinds of physical media. It's Robert Meyer Burnett coming at you, you imagination connoisseurs, you members of this, the Post-Geek Singularity community. Hopefully the stream will stay stable today. I hope so. You know why? Because when I'm bringing you an unstable guy like this, you just never know what'll happen. All the way from Saarbrücken, Deutschland, it's Dieter Bastian wearing that shirt from his not very successful soccer team, football team, but it's got the number 9 on it, which makes everything okay. All the way from Saarbrücken, Deutschland.
And I say, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Dieter here. I'm Rocky Like Eric, and welcome to the B&B Motel for episode 1 of season 6 of Let's Get Physical Media. And Rob, I was disappointed this morning. I wanted to hear what you have to say about Pluribus. An awesome show. Totally love it, Rob. But
why you got to rub that
into it?
Why you got to start this way?
Because perhaps people have not seen it, and we don't want to give anything away. The only thing I can say, Rob, an invasion of the body snatchers type was never this funny.
No,
for me.
Who would have thought that an alien invasion, or is it? There's so many questions. I've got so much to say, which I will talk about this evening. And if I finish it, I'm also going to drop as a separate piece the final full review or full interview with Roy Lee, producer Roy Lee. I've spent a long time cutting it, making it nice. And Dieter, I was just telling you about this, but Wednesday night at the Belasco in downtown LA, Wang Chung is playing. They're celebrating the 40th anniversary of To Live and Die in L.A. It's a whole event. There's like a Q&A. I don't know what's going on, but it's happening. I'm sure 200 Watt Studio is going to be there. And maybe we'll hang out together because, it's his favorite movie. So anyway, I thought that was exciting. But I mean, really, I'm going to take full credit for this 20th anniversary or 40th anniversary special, because if it wasn't for me carrying the torch for one of the greatest cop thrillers ever made, it's okay. I can decide to do that. It's my prerogative. Anyway, how are you?
And I'm really excited once again, Rob. I'm still here, season 6. And last week, not unfortunately, but we decided to do a little bit different show last week. But we're back on track, Rob, because we haven't dived into the box office for an eternity. And I hear there's some big chugga change coming into it.
Cha-ching! Yeah. And I
need
would
numbers.
I would like to say, before I tell you what these numbers are, I went on record on the John Campea show saying that this movie was going to gross $1 billion. And he was like, I go, dude, people just should listen to me. They should listen to I am the Oracle of Delphi when it comes to Hollywood. People talk about that guy on Puck. Come on, Matthew Maloney. I got all kinds of shit all over him just because he goes to the right parties. I'm just saying. But here we go, Deets. Zootopia 2. Zootopia 2. Have you actually looked at the box office? Do you know the answer to this question?
I heard some rumblings, Rob, but not how the numbers have shaken out over the Thanksgiving weekend, domestic, internationally.
Zootopia 2 has opened globally to
Okay.
$556.4 million. Half
Are you kidding me?
a billion. Half a billion. Number one,
Not
with
only
the
a week in.
billion-dollar bullet. That's what I'm saying. This is an incredible showing, but you know what? It's not surprising.
Yeah.
I think you know what I love. I love the first Zootopia. I love the characters. I love the design of this film. I love the animation style, the colors. This is well deserved. So here we go. Nancy Tartaglione has us covered.
Okay.
Disney's Zootopia 2 has continued its wild ride, I see what you did there, throughout this weekend, landing the biggest global launch for any movie in 2025 at an estimated $556.4 million through Sunday. The international box office portion of that is $400 million. This movie made $400 million. Why? Well, there's a lot to unpack here, including the many records and the performances of other movies in the marketplace. To wit, Wicked for Good is closing in on $400 million global. Here's how Zootopia 2 is rolling out where international and global are concerned. This is the highest global animated opening of all time. At current rates in the same suite of markets, it's the highest animated non-local opening of all time in China. It is the highest global opening ever for Walt Disney Animation at current rates in the same suite of markets. It is the highest global opening for any animated film in Disney history, the highest global opening for an animated sequel, and Disney owns the top 5. Let's add to that Zootopia 2's opening weekend is 239% ahead of its original globally.
Ooh.
And then Nancy goes on to say, I've been writing about the importance of this movie in China. It has exceeded expectations. I again caution that China is not all of a sudden a reliable market, but this Wednesday through Sunday performance, $272 million is worth celebrating. That $272 million is the 6th highest opening ever in China amongst all films, both local and non-local, and the 2nd best non-local film opening of all time in China behind Avengers Endgame. So that's pretty damn exciting.
Insane numbers.
Now let me see if there's actual charts here. There might not be yet. No, there's not. There's not local charts. Little too early for the charts, but that's
insane.
Astonishing. It's astonishing. It's absolutely.
And on the movie trivia side, Rob, do you know that Zootopia is called Zootropolis in the UK and other countries?
Not know.
And in Germany, it's actually called Zoomania.
Is that because you guys don't believe in utopian civilizations in Europe?
Because of some, riot situation, there's always some Disney movies who get a little bit a different title here. I remember one of the MCU movies, The Dark World. I think The Dark World had a different title here because of some other movie. But it's called Zootropolis in the UK and Zoomania here, actually. So it's got
I have a trivia question names. For you. You know how movies have product tie-ins?
Yeah.
Zootopia has a product tie-in with a car company.
Okay.
Do you know what car company they have a tie-in with?
No idea, Rob. I have not seen a commercial.
Volkswagen.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yes, an animated movie had a car partner, which is not common. The team-up repped the biggest between Disney and VW to date. Volkswagen blended real-world automotive branding with in-film animated vehicle integrations. A custom spot, a commercial spot, featured 3 Zootopified VW models, regionally adapted, with Gazelle's Zoo single ran globally across theaters, TV, streaming, and social. There were also in-dealership activations in Germany, China, and France with wrapped cars and custom show vehicles at the Guangzhou Motor Show. How about that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty well.
Cool.
So here is the...
Which is considering animation a pretty unique thing, actually,
Yeah, it is.
considering product placement. We're used to it with normal movies, but animation, okay.
Very
cool.
interesting. It's very interesting. So here is the domestic box office here in North America.
Yeah.
Zootopia 2
Okay.
opened at 156 million. It's the third highest 3-day domestic opening for Walt Disney animated movies behind Moana and Frozen 2. Wicked for Good made another 93 million, which takes it to 270.4 million domestic. Now You See Me, Now You Don't made 10 million for a domestic total of 49.6 million. Predator Badlands, still kicking it in the theaters, made another 6.6 million for an 85 million domestic total. As we told you earlier, Predator Badlands is now the highest grossing Predator in the franchise at the domestic box office. It finally bested 2004's Alien vs. Predator.
Yeah.
Disney last weekend called Badlands the highest grossing overall in the franchise in a like-for-like currency comparison. However, at 173 million global currently, the Dan Trachtenberg directed movie still has 4 million left to go to beat the recorded final global gross of Alien vs. Predator, which was 177.4 million. The Running Man is not running very fast. Domestically, it made 5.5 million for a total of 34.2 million. And a movie that everyone is telling me is very, very good, Eternity, has made 5.2 million, which I haven't seen.
Eternity. Okay.
And Wake Up Dead Man, Netflix, if you want to jump into the theatrical market, you have a franchise whose first movie made over $300 million globally, and you open up the third movie, which by all accounts is very good. Of course, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery, opened to 4.25 million. That is anemic for this franchise, and you guys suck. And I hope you don't get Warner Brothers. Rental Family, another delightful film that people tell me is great, has made a total of 7.39 million. Hamnet, the world's biggest feel-good movie that's playing right now, about the death of Shakespeare's son, Hamnet. And everyone says, if you're having a bad day, Hamnet might put you right under, don't go see it if you want an uplifting time at the movies. It has made 11.3 million. It's made 1.35 million. But in the theaters that it's playing at, it's only in 119 theaters. Its per screen average is $11,300, which is pretty great. It's the third best of the weekend behind Zootopia and Wicked. Sisu, Road to Revenge, the second in the Sisu franchise, I guess, has made 4.1 million.
What's a franchise, Rob? With two titles, you're a franchise.
You're a franchise. I mean, and there you go. So that is all the box office news that is fit to print. Deeks.
Okay.
There you go, buddy.
Nice. But over 500, Rob, just on the first weekend. That is even bigger than Endgame, I believe. And don't remember where Endgame was at the first weekend.
I don't think it's bigger than Endgame.
Okay. I don't remember.
I don't think so.
But that's a big number. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So what have I seen digitally? Really quickly, Rob?
Well, there's really one question.
Yeah.
Did you jump into the Stranger Things season 5 trailer?
Not yet, Rob.
I did.
Do we have jumped in? Okay, just bump.
You go ahead. Tell me what's up.
Okay, Rob. The first that I saw, or the second, one of my favorite websites is a site where I can look up if there's censorship, especially in Germany, what is cut. And they made me aware of this movie. It's a Dutch movie called Vliesdek. Meat Day, but it's called Meat Kills. And it's out in the States on Screenbox.
Meat
I could
Kills.
purchase it on
like
Fandango.
Meat that you eat, or like your...
Yeah. And this was actually the first poster that I saw of Meat Kills. And it looked to me, just from the poster artwork, I thought, okay, a little bit perhaps torture porn, something in the vein of that. And I was quite surprised, Rob. The movie turned out really good, actually. It's about Myrte, who is filming at a slaughterhouse, how pigs are getting slaughtered. And she wants to be part of an activist group who's against how pigs are treated in that kind of slaughterhouse. And with the footage that she took, she gets into the group, and the group decides in the evening, they will get free the pigs, spray some graffiti. But, well, the night goes a little bit different, obviously. But the great thing about the movie, Rob, is there was actually people on both sides. There were actually only 2 people, I would say, were decent people on both sides. And that was the strong thing about the movie. It was not one-sided, It was not all the people that are working in the slaughterhouse, which was a family, a family a company, It was not, those are the bad ones, and the activists are the good ones, They were really nicely fleshed out, and the violence, Rob, got more and more extreme as the movie did go on. And you could totally see why it spiraled out of control. And even the final girl, was not all cookie cutter or clean or perfect. So really quite surprised, Rob, about the movie. Totally enjoyed it. Meat Kills. It is available in the States on Screenbox. And Rob, this will not receive an FSK 18 rating here without any cuts. No chance in hell. No chance in hell. So hopefully a company here in Germany goes, the other way around. So I can get a physical media of the movie uncut. Because in the States, I think it's NC-17, not rated. So Meat Kills, Rob, or Flea Stack, Dutch movie, really quite enjoyed it. Then on more of the art house side, because I didn't want to wait to see it on physical media, even if I have pre-ordered it, I finally saw Begonia, Rob, from Yorgos Lanthimos, and totally enjoyed it because I knew it was a remake of the Korean movie Save the Green Planet,
which we might have some news about that, by the way. There might be news about
correct,
that.
Rob. Correct, Rob. I will get to that. And for the hell of it, I couldn't even remember the Korean movie exactly. Not even from the story concept, which is great because they think she's an alien. And I totally had a blast with the remake of it. And I totally want to see the original again because I wonder why it didn't stuck with me or I didn't remember even anything. Because there's stuff in Begonia that I certainly will not forget. I had a blast with the remake, greatly done, but I wanted to see the original again. And it's not out on Blu-ray yet. There's only a DVD available, and it is available here on Amazon Prime, but only with a German dub. And I knew I had the movie on DVD. And even in my mess, Rob, sometimes I have a hunch it could be in that cupboard, and I actually found it, Rob. I found the original Save the Green Planet DVD, and here comes the kicker, Rob. I have, like I told you, 2 Blu-ray players. I have a Code A and a Code B player, but I haven't watched a DVD. But I haven't watched a DVD in a long time, and I've not forgotten it. But considering the region coding on DVD, it was not letters, what numbers, but 1 to 6. The States had 1, we had 2, and I totally forgot, Rob. The Asian ones had number 3. Can I make it visible here? So this is number 3.
Yeah, because there's only 3 numbers for Blu-rays.
Yeah, and I thought if I put it in the Code A player, I could play this disc because my DVD player, my multi-region DVD player, I haven't hooked up at the moment. So it said wrong region code. And I was, wait, what? Wrong region code? Oh, wait, this is Code 3. I couldn't even play the movie. And before, Rob, I wanted to hook up my DVD player again. The news came out. We were when we get to it later in the show.
Oh, we
and I
can get
thought,
to it now
okay,
since you're bringing it up. Oh, look.
oh, finally, Rob, finally.
In
Finally.
4K, Arrow video
Even
is
in
coming
4K.
to us.
Rob. Yeah.
In
So
4K,
I
there
don't
it
have
is.
to watch the DVD. I will wait, Rob. I will wait until I get the Arrow one, the Arrow 4K, to watch Save the Green Planet again and to remind myself why the movie, even parts of it, didn't stuck with me, because Begonia, I totally had a blast with it. Have you seen Begonia, Rob?
Yeah, I saw it in the theater with Alvaro.
Yeah. Awesome.
I really liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I really liked
totally.
it. And I have to tell you.
And I was actually happy, Rob, that I didn't remember the original, so I was not sure, okay, what is right, what is wrong here, and the ending, the last half hour, insane.
The Begonia, the end of it, I love the ending.
Yeah.
I love the ending.
And me too, Rob. When she gets out of the ambulance, quickly now. It was funny too. Only one thing I have to say, Rob, considering filmmakers. This movie for me is totally accessible. It only plays in the art house theater here in Saarbrücken. Don't title your movie Begonia, because I had to Google, Rob, what Begonia even means.
And why don't you tell the folks at home?
It's about bees coming back to life through corpses, and it fits the movie if you've seen the movie. But we talked a lot here, Rob, when Germany gives different titles.
Yeah, what did they title it in Germany?
The original title. No, it is Begonia here too, Rob.
Oh.
But for me, considering that the movie did not do well at the box office, the poster artwork, just at a cursory glance, Rob, not knowing that it's a remake or what it's about, if you would only give me that poster artwork, at first, okay, what is the title of the movie? Begonia, okay. I said flat out, Rob, the poster artwork, pretentious art house crap that puts me to sleep at the first glance. But it's not at all that. This is totally accessible movie. Had a blast with it. So even from a marketing standpoint, this does not entice me to see the movie.
Well, here's
not at the first.
I think you've actually brought up something that I've been thinking about a lot. In that, I think, like you just said, I think this movie was much more accessible to the general public.
Correct.
Than the marketing campaign or any of the ad materials made it. And I understand that. Here's the thing. I think that I now have a love-hate relationship with A24, because A24 has now become its own genre. It's not just a distribution company or a studio.
Correct.
It's become its own, and they're kind of so far up their ass. And when you have movies like this, everybody's trying to emulate A24. And they'll do cool things like, I remember, look, I'm a fan of A24. I'm a member of A24. I like A24. I'd love to make a movie for A24 someday. But when you have a movie like Begonia, I think a lot of people, because it's not totally mainstream, it's very much off the beaten track. But I think if I was 16 or if I was 14 or 13 back in the day, and I went with my friends to see this movie, we would have been buzzing about it when it was over.
Correct.
I mean, I would have been like, oh my God, we would have gone to school the next day. I would have gone to my junior high school, to South Mercer Junior High. We would have told our friends about it because it was surprising. It took you places where you didn't think it was going to take you. If you didn't know anything about the original, and the Jesse Plemons and Emma Stone are awesome in this movie. They're absolutely awesome. And, I couldn't take my eyes off this film. And I really think that there is a disservice.
Like you said, Rob, it really looked great. It really looked great, considering the picture quality.
Oh, yeah.
That comes into it too.
And Yorgos Lanthimos is a great director. And obviously Emma Stone really trusts him. And the performances through the movie were it was incredible. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'll tell you something. I think a lot of people that were in the theater when I saw it were a bit perplexed when it was over, because I think they thought it was going to be something else because they were there to see the pretentious art film.
Correct, Rob.
And it's not that, it is more accessible.
Yeah.
So
it has that nice violence moments, that we love, Rob.
Yes, and it didn't shy away. It had some pretty shocking moments as well, and it had a twist.
That one shocking moment was even very funny, Rob.
It was yes, it was. I mean, there was a lot going on in the movie.
Yeah,
and it's not that it's tanking, but this movie was really expensive comparatively speaking. I think it cost $55 million.
Or around that ballpark.
Yeah, and look, I wouldn't have made. You should have been able to make this movie for $15 million, but I understand that, everybody gets paid their fees and all that, but still, anyway.
And perhaps the montage at the end were perhaps very expensive to do. Not sure about
but it was worth it.
It was worth it, yeah. But I'm really looking forward, Rob, to seeing the original again. I'm so happy that the DVD didn't play, and then the Arrow announcement came out, and they said, "Yes, finally, Korea."
Arrow is putting it out
the back catalog
in 4K again. Arrow is killing it. We're going to talk about it later. By the way, if I can just say, of all the, I started doing. Nobody's really paying attention, but over the last couple months, I've tried to make funnier headlines for the show, and I was particularly proud of today's headline, which was a play on the tagline for Excalibur. Just saying, go back and look. I thought it was. I amused myself. It's not like it took a great deal of creativity. It gave me a chuckle. It gave me a chuckle. So, yeah.
That's all we want. That's all we want. So this was the two movies that I saw digitally, and I think, Rob, unlike last week where we talked, I think, about an hour before we showed anything, I think we can show some stuff.
We can. I just wanted to remind everybody that if you're still shopping for Black Friday deals and you go to Amazon right now, you can order The Return of the Maltese Falcon by Max Allan Collins, which comes out January 6th. And there's a pre-order savings guarantee here. And I'll tell you, it's quite the banger, I'm sure. I mean, I haven't read it because no one sent me an advance galley to read. But what can I say? I do have, where is it? I do have my Waterworld novelization by Max Allan Collins, signed by him. So, life's still pretty good. And you can still go and order Return of the Maltese Falcon by Max Allan Collins. And you can do it right now.
And even the publisher fits, Rob. Hard Case Crime.
Hard Case Crime. All right, well, I'll tell you something. I don't really have much this week. I'm on the dole.
Yeah.
Everything I got was free. I didn't,
Okay.
Well, I just, I'm slacking. I'm a slacker. So show us what you got, buddy. If you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Then I show what I purchased with my hard-earned cash. The first one is actually not a movie title. It's just a poster artwork on metal. It was a Black Friday sale, but unfortunately, it's a little too small. I have to get the bigger number, which I now will purchase, but at the regular price. So I bought this metal blade rock for Arcane.
Wow, that's really cool.
Actually, but it's just a tad too small. So I have to go with the bigger one, which is not price reduced. And it is from the display.
Oh yeah, I love displays. Displays are great. I love those.
Yeah, it's just magnet here, so really, really nicely done. So I will get this, but bigger, Rob, bigger. Then on the Black Friday sale, Rob, this was infuriating. I've got finally, considering games are very expensive these days, I always wait for price drops. I got Death Stranding, Rob, from Hideo Kojima, Part 2. And this was 50% off, Rob. I thought, okay, nice. It was 40 euros. I purchased it, and then 2 days later, Rob, it was even 12 euros cheaper. It was just 28 euros. what did I do? I purchased it again for the cheaper price, and the bigger one with the bigger price tag, I did send back. Rob, what can I do?
That's
it was
what
not
you do.
2 or 3 euros. It was 12 euros cheaper than it actually was already. And they totally sold out on Death Stranding 2. But it's just memory case, nothing special to it. But for that price, I take the new Hideo Kojima game. Then let me just see where we will go from here. Okay. Since Rob showed it last week, I show it too. I've got my airport collection up with the 4 movies in it.
And how great is that? I mean, let's give it up for Kino Lorber.
Yeah.
I wish they
I
would
really
make...
love how
I know.
how
I wish they would do this on all their box sets, which I'll talk about later. But I really like what they did with this. I hope they make this a standard practice from now on.
Yeah, especially Rob, since I think you didn't show it. It comes with a booklet here at the end, where you will get more information on the movie.
Now, the real question I ask you: Did you watch the great genius that is the Concorde Airport 79?
Not yet, Rob. I started with the first one. I'm not with Concorde yet. I will be diving into the movies as they were released. So I only watched the first one from 1970. Oh, no, and of course, Rob, I always get remembered at Airplane.
Oh yeah,
through the movies. But I totally love how Kino Lorber has done this. Totally awesome.
It's great.
Airport set that you already showed last week from Kino. Cat in the Bag, Rob, Korean movie. Don't know anything about it. German one called Revolver. Back for Revenge. No idea, Rob. Just a Blu-ray, but a nice red case. Cat in the Bag, Revolver. Then, this movie I quite thoroughly enjoyed, so I purchased it. But I think it's only in the States where it's available on 4K. It's not here available in Germany. Here in Germany, you can only get a Blu-ray. So, of course, I opted for the American one of Together.
I gotta get that.
The great horror movie with Dave Franco, Alison Brie. Had a great time with it. Together. For all our body horror fans, this year, Together was it. And Rob, would you believe it? There's actually a good shark movie out. It's called Beast of War. I told you I was hoping to get it for last week, but it got a little bit of a delay. But finally, I got it. I was hoping for it to be a little bit better. It has nice practical effects, nice gore elements. It's actually, considering the story, a little bit like the Indianapolis story that Quint tells us at Jaws. You have soldiers are stranded in 1942, and of course they get circled from a shark. The only drawback for me of this movie, Rob, is you have a fog bank surrounding them, so that you can see the edges of the set. So you have always are aware that the shot is in a tank. You never get that white space that they are really lost at sea. That was the only problem that actually I had with the movie. But nice actors, nice performances. And this is the director who did the great Wormwood movies and that little spider movie Sting.
I like those movies.
Yeah, and the spider movie Sting, his name is Kaya Roach Turner, something like that. Really, really nice one. Like I said, was hoping even a little bit better, but considering shark movies, a better one. With, of course, dangerous animals this year. This one I watched at the beginning of the week, and sometimes you buy a comedy, it's not that funny, but this one really was funny. I bought Splitsville, Rob. And I totally had a blast with it. Totally fresh, unique, but not taken seriously, Rob. Totally recommend with Dakota Johnson. I had a blast with it. There's even action moments in the movie. and the scene on a roller coaster. I almost was in tears, Rob, considering laughing. Splitsville is really a great comedy. Like it says, the funniest film of the year. Yeah, perhaps Splitsville. Totally awesome. Unfortunately, just a Blu-ray. That was totally fine. Outrageous, an instant classic. Righteous comedy of marital woes. Totally had a great time with Splitsville. Then we talked about the movie, and I finally got my steelbook of Nobody.
Oh, that's a
2,
cool steelbook.
which is actually, Rob, pretty nice considering the backdrop here, and it has the normal poster artwork on the disc, 4K and Blu-ray. So Nobody 2 on steelbook. Then let me just see. Considering I didn't get my hard-boiled, like I said, it's lost in the mail. I'm still hoping now for, of course, the Arrow release, but next year. So this year probably.
You know what? Scream Factory or Shout Factory will probably repress it, I would imagine.
I hope so, Rob. I hope so. I'm still looking every day. Is it back in stock? But not at the moment. But at least, Rob, I got, like Max said, the better movies from John Woo. I've got the Better Tomorrow collection with the 3 movies. Even if the third one is actually from Tsui Hark, not from John Woo. So we've got, let me just the box slip for it. And there are, I think, the second or the third one are very different cuts of the movie. So we've got the third one, which is actually 3 discs. So the 4K, the Blu-ray, and bonus materials. And the third one is actually from Tsui Hark. The first 2 are from John Woo.
Nice.
You have the 4K and the Blu-ray and the first one. So I didn't get hard-boiled, but since Max said Better Tomorrows are the better ones, okay. But I want hard-boiled. So Better Tomorrow, 1, 2, 3. Right into that end. But I detected, Rob, they're actually considering the Princess movies. They labeled.
Oh, nice.
Those
that's cool.
With numbering here, Hong Kong. So then, Rob, you were not the biggest fan of the movie, and I thought, come on. He's probably was, show me what you got, Aronofsky, show me what you got. It probably will be fine. But actually, Rob, you're right. I saw it this week. I bought Caught Stealing on Blu-ray and 4K. And for me, Rob, this was tonally a mess, actually.
It really,
considering,
I was really disappointed in this movie. It might be my biggest disappointment of the year.
Yeah. Because considering the quirky characters, you thought, okay, this is some in the vein of Guy Ritchie, Quentin Tarantino, but it's actually not very funny. It's actually pretty serious, but it's not a hard crime caper either. You know, it's always on those lines. We want to be funny, but actually, what's happening in the movie is surprising, but it takes out the fun out of it. So for me, it was fine. But like you said, Rob, you prepared before it. That's actually not really a highlight.
I was surprised because the writer of the novel wrote the script. And I would have thought that Aronofsky would have done. Let me ask you if you felt this. You know, there's a car chase scene around the globe.
Okay,
and it just felt lackluster. It's like they found this.
Like you said, Rob, even the action was fine, but it lacked the visual punch sometimes. You know,
yes, I was really surprised. I thought Caught Stealing was a surprising disappointment for me, and especially because I don't think it really. I think first of all, Aronofsky was out of his depth in the sense that I don't think he was. It felt like had you not watched any of these movies before? You know, had you not seen?
Correct.
And it was such an interesting failure. But I thought Austin Butler was terrific. But halfway through the movie, it turns into a different movie. Like he turns into a different character, and you know, I thought there were choices where people were eliminated when they shouldn't have been, and then anyway.
Yeah. Especially Rob in the beginning, just a quick spoiler. He get beaten up, and he loses a kidney. And I thought, okay, this is not really funny here, So I couldn't chive with the movie, but I would slightly give it. Okay, I would give it a 6 out of 10 still. Then, considering stuff from the Philippines, is a German one for Lethal Dragon 2. Singularity. It says it promised me, Rob. It promised me on the back from the best material that they could find for the movie. This actually, I think,
that case does not give me good vibes.
Yeah, correct, Rob. Fingers crossed on Lethal Dragon 2. So, and then sometimes, Rob, I have to do better research. Actually, I did pre-order this set at a good price, but I didn't look further because the German set was more expensive. And then I saw, wait a minute. Okay, this is just the 4Ks. Okay, fine. Not the Blu-rays in it. Okay. But then I looked again, wait a minute. Because the UK one is split, you can get the set as a Blu-ray set or as a 4K set. Totally fine. And then I looked at the German set. Wait, in the German set, they're actually the 4K and the Blu-rays combined. But not even that, Rob. There's a 5th movie in it. And the UK set has only 4 movies in it. And I'm talking about, Rob, the Agatha Christie collection.
Wow.
So I already had pre-ordered the UK one, but I had to send that back and order the German one because I get 5 movies.
Wow,
here.
Look at that. What a nice looking set that is.
Yeah. So we have 5 movies, which all comes in those nice diggy. So and you get, I will not open them up. You get the poster artworks for every movie. And we have a booklet for it, which is in the UK, of course, too. And like I said, I don't know, Rob, why this is 5 movies and the UK is only 4. I have no idea.
It's because the Germans are still paying everybody reparations for World War II. They'll give you an extra movie here and there.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks. So you got the Blu-ray and the 4K. Mord nach Mars. So we've got German titles here. Not on the Orient Express. I think they look really, really nice. And they should, I would think so, the Blu-ray should stem from those 4K masters to Evil Under the Sun. And Cracked Mirrors, Mord im Spiegel. Purple. Just love the purple.
Nice.
So, like I said, Rob, those contains 5. And Rob, they listen to us. I didn't have to cut anything out at the sides. It fits, Rob.
They do,
fits
because
into
all the
the box
important people
immediately.
watch this show, Dietz. They all watch this show.
Correct. And the last one, Rob, from the German company Turbine, from the director who later became big in the Marvel universe with the Spider-Man movies, from John Watts, before he did Cop Car. And I don't remember seeing this. And I said, okay, give it a blind purchase, Rob. From John Watts, his movie Clown that he did before it. So this is a slip, and it comes with the original cover artwork for the movie. And this is a 4K and a Blu-ray. I think it's worldwide the first 4K of it. And here, the same, Rob. The slip already fits in the movie without having to cut it.
Yeah.
The last one, Rob, from Turbine. Clown, from John Watts.
I would be remiss if I did not mention that my friend Rob Gluzzo has his new book out, Icons of Fright, with 100 interviews with horror luminaries over the last 20 years, and they did a couple of new interviews for the book, and one of them is with John Watts. where he talks about
Oh,
Clown
awesome. Well,
and he talks about
awesome.
Cop Car. So you can, once again, you can go to Amazon and you can buy I'd get the hardcover of Icons of Fright. It's a very cool book. There's a lot of great people in it, but John Watts was a new interview they were able to obtain. How cool is that? There you go.
Awesome. 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 I don't remember I have seen the movie. Looking forward to it. So, Rob, what was your
I just love that.
free purchases?
There you go. Well, you know me. I'm on the dole this week. DHSS. I'm wham wrapping it all. Hey everybody, take a look at me. I've got street credibility. I may not have a job, but I have a good time with the boys at a meet down on the line. Anyway, so I got a lot of Warner Archive titles. Now, I don't know what George Feltenstein and the elves he has working for him have been doing, but they must have had their biggest year ever. 2025 has got to be a big year for Warner Archive. I hope it's not their last year with whoever's going to buy the studio, because they're killing it. And again, there are 6. I got 6 this week. 6 Warner Archive titles all over the place in terms of storyline. I got William Powell and Myrna Loy in Love You Again, which it's a great piece of entertainment. One of the best laugh pictures of the year.
Go full frame, Rob. Go full frame.
Laugh
on yourself.
What's that? Oh, go. You want me to go?
Go full frame, Rob.
I'll go full frame if that's what you want to see. So here we have William Powell and Myrna Loy. I Love You Again. Then we have James Cagney. I like those guys. And Betty Davis. The Bride came. COD. You want a mail order bride? Well, they were making mail order bride movies back in the day. And buckle up. It's going to be a funny flight. Oh, I love you guys. Warner Archive's the best. The Marx Brothers, At the Circus, classic Marx Bros. By the way, I'm a Marx Brothers guy. I'm not a Three Stooges guy. A lot of laughs and a top-notch crazy climax. Marx Brothers. All right. Now, this is something I really want to see. The Miracle. It says here, torn between her holy calling and the call of a lovelorn heart. I think this is a Technoscope film. Yeah, Technorama.
Yeah.
Warner Archive does amazing, even damn fool idealistic crusader will pick Warner Archive as his company of the year because of the quality of their bit rates and the quality of their transfers. Once again, George Feltenstein, ladies and gentlemen. Can't wait to see this. And this was based on a stage production, film for the big screen. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And then another Betty Davis movie. Listen to this. Leslie Howard, Betty Davis, and Olivia de Havilland. It's Love I'm After. Well, aren't we all? It's a delightful and witty comedy, according to Leonard Maltin. And again, can't wait to watch these. All of these movies, the quality of these films, even look, people would say High Society. I don't know if High Society was this year or maybe it was the end of last year. We got Get Carter from them in 4K this year. But even when they put out something like High Society, it's so gorgeous to watch. And you got Louis Armstrong talking about jazz. Well, Fred Astaire. Fred Astaire's talking about jazz. But it's I just love these Warner Archive titles. And then we have Alan Ladd and Virginia Mayo in The Iron Mistress, The Bowie Knife, The Bowie Woman. An early, this is about Jim Bowie, or Bowie, a Bowie knife, right? Jim Bowie. The Iron Mistress. Hey, come on. And this is also, it's in Technicolor. I bet this looks fantastic. So that's my Warner Archive titles. And then, of course, Kino Lorber sent me a few. French Noir 2 that Max Allan Collins, I think you already talked about this, or maybe you didn't. But they sent this, and this has multiple films in it, which maybe we'll talk about later.
Wasn't this his Radiance box considered
You're right.
French Noir?
You're right. So this, yes. So this is French. This has Rhine Virgin. The Beast is Loose, Trapped by Fear, and The Passion of Slow Fire. So you can't go wrong with French Noir. And then this is interesting. Monk in Pieces. It's a film about Meredith Monk, composer, performer, visionary. They're killing it. Bjork and David Byrne are in this, but this is a performer that they admire. Another great music documentary from Kino Lorber. But the thing that I got, the disc for me of the week, was now. Okay, we know Kino Lorber. I don't want to slag off on Kino War. I don't want to slag off on them, but that airport box set is so dope, right?
Yeah.
Well, here is it's a box set in 4K. It's the Alec Guinness box set and the Ealing comedies. All of these are stone cold classics. You got Kind Hearts and Coronets, the Lavender Hill Mob, the Man in the White Suit, and the Lady Killers. Now, great box set, all in 4K. And some of these I have from Studio Canal already, but I don't care. But we just get their regular box, which is fine. I don't mean to complain.
Yeah.
But this set should be in that airport slipcase, because these movies are that important. And I understand maybe the airport thing is new. Maybe they'll put the three ninja
The airport
movies.
covers up is a little bit more flashy.
They are flashy, and they're just nicer. And these movies, I mean, Alec Guinness, come on. I mean, I'm happy to have the Concorde Airport 79 in a slipcase box. But if anybody deserves a slipcase, it's Sir Alec Guinness. And all of these movies are bangers. And to have them in 4K, there you go. So thank you, Kino Lorber. That was me being Poe and not buying anything. So even when I don't buy things, and I think I got a box coming this week. So or today even. They drop things off on Saturday or Sunday. So there you go. That's all I got this week. And what can I say?
One thing, Rob, even if I showed it already, but I wanted to mention it. I showed the Heart of the Dragon set. And what's great about this, Rob, is the Japanese cut that is in it. Because the Japanese cut is actually my preferred version now. It contains way more action, actually, than the original Hong Kong cut. So thank you, 88, for putting all those different cuts out, considering the movie. Because the Japanese one, and it doesn't dip in the quality in those extra scenes, Rob. And I watched on the website, that gave me the info about meat kills, considering the different variation. And I saw, wait, there's a lot more action in the Japanese version. So if you buy Heart of Dragon, watch the Japanese cut. Just quick, Rob. Just quick. From 88.
Well, that's...
And I think the headliner is waiting in the wings.
Well, before we do anything, I just want to I just want to remind everybody that if you want to, you can go to Amazon right now and you can pre-order The Return of the Maltese Falcon by Max Allen Collins, which if you order it right now, your savings pre-order price guarantee is there. You can get it in hardcover and softcover. I would prefer the hardcover version. It comes out from Hard Case Crime. And that said, you know what time it is? Because we don't suck up to him enough on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Max Allen Collins. The C-Wing is open. Max, how are you?
I'm good. I've got to talk a little bit to you, Rob.
Hang on, you're a little loud. A little loud.
Okay.
Yeah, Can we?
All right. I'll settle down. I'm going to talk a little bit to you, and then I'm going to talk a little bit to David.
Loud. You're still loud though. Maybe sit back. Relax. Pull up a chair. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, is that a little better?
Yeah, you're still loud, but you're just loud and in charge.
Well, I need to mention to you that I'm on 2 of the commentaries on that French Noir box with Heath Hall.
Okay.
And I'll talk about that next week. Okay.
Well, we can do that. Awesome. We'll talk about it next week. Yes, do that next week. That'll be good.
And Dieter.
Yeah.
Is there any way you can kick down your volume a little? Because it's really peaking.
I'm so sorry. Let's see.
In a world when
headliners always play on 10 or 11.
Yeah, This goes to
Is this any better?
it's I don't know. It's still loud. I don't know why.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but it hasn't gone
I
down
can
at
hear.
all. I don't know why.
Okay.
Just sit back. Just sit back and
I'll
it'll be better.
I'll sit back, and I hope that'll do. And Dieter, next week. I was really excited that I was going to be able to debut the Agatha Christie box set.
Yeah.
So not only did you beat me to it, you've got one more disc than I do.
I didn't do my research very well. I was surprised too when I saw the differences.
Well, Dieter, what is the fifth movie?
The fifth movie.
English, please.
I think the fifth one must be perhaps. Wait, let me just pull out the booklet again.
Would it be Assignment for Death?
So at the end of the booklet, we have the different movies. It could be perhaps Mirror Cracked. Could be the fifth one. I'm not sure exactly. I need to go. Wait, let me just. We have the thing called the internet. Let me just go to Amazon
Great.
and see what movies are in the
Well,
box set.
the four that are in the 4-box version are all
We
of the
have
movies
Evil
that
Under the
were,
Sun, The Mirror Cracked, Death on the Nile, Murder on the Orient Express. So the fifth one in here. Let me just see. Mirror Cracked. Death on the Nile. It's actually Mord nach Mars is the fifth one. But what is the original title of Mord nach Mars? Let me just see if I can find it in the.
Max, also, you are still loud,
Yeah.
and if there's, I don't mean to be a pain, but if there's a way to bring it down a bit, it would be helpful.
I think Max, the movie is called Endless Night. Mord nach Mars.
oh, well, that's interesting. Is that any better?
No, it's. I don't know what it sounds like. Your like the volume, your output volume is peaked at the very top of wherever it is because it's going to 11. It's just really loud.
Yeah, and I don't know how to turn it down. I'm so sorry.
Do you have on your keyboard? Do you have volume controls?
Yeah.
Maybe just kick it. I don't know. Well, I'll ride your volume. I'll ride you hard, Max. I will ride you hard. Don't worry about it.
Okay, please.
I've just looked it up, Max. It's correct. The fifth movie is Mord nach Mars in German. It's called Endless Night. Original title, 1972. That's in the
Okay,
box.
well that's good because the four that are in the box are all by the same production company. They all flow out of that first movie, and this is something different. So it's not a Perot or it's not a Miss Marple. So I can live without it.
Yeah.
I think Haley Mills is in that, I believe, and I think Kino Lorber just brought it out, which may be why.
Yeah, you're right. Haley Mills is in it. Correct.
And I think that's why it's probably not in the box. So
Yeah.
I apologize about being such a loud mofo, but I'll do what I can.
We'll take care of it. But Max, I have a bone to pick with you. What do you
okay.
mean? Yeah. What do you mean you can live without it? This is philosophically. This is
like you said. It's actually the movie is not actually fitting.
Yeah, I understand, but you can't say that. You can't say you can live without it. You can't live without it. You have to track it down. You have to add it to your collection.
I already own it.
All
Separately.
right.
I don't have a 4K, but my argument would be these four movies are about Hercule Poirot or Miss Marple. Those are the series characters. This other one is a thriller. It's not. It's it's 4 dark chocolates and 1 milk chocolate, and I can't live with that.
Are you prejudiced against shades of chocolate, flavors of chocolate? Because on this show, we like all chocolate.
Well, I like them all, but we're getting into a dangerous area because I like it segregated.
You're canceled. No chocolate for you.
Well, I want to talk
At least,
about...
Max, you've got your heart boiled. At least you've got that.
That's right.
Just
Yes,
saying.
I'm going to talk about a movie called No Orchids for Miss Blandish. And this is a current release from '88. And remember I think last week I talked about how, well, I'm not going to rebuy things just because I like the packaging. That's for these people that think they're collecting baseball cards, not movies. I've got 2 other copies of this. and I just love the cover. So I got a little bit of Dieter.
Like I said, Max, cover artwork is important, you know.
And I reversed the cover so that I could have the reversible cover, which is interestingly the paperback cover of the American edition of the novel. This is a British movie and a British novel. It's actually a notorious British novel and a notorious British movie. Guy named James Hadley Chase was the author. And interestingly, he was a bookseller or a book company executive, and he noticed how well James M. Cain's The Postman Always Rings Twice, which is a very sexy crime novel, how that was just selling through the roof. And he also had been paying attention to true crime stuff in America, the Ma Barker gang in particular, but the Dillinger Bunch and the Pretty Boy Floyd and Babyface Nelson, and he decided he'd write a book, a crime novel, and it's an interesting adaptation. But let me first say that it was a notorious novel in and of itself, and it's a very tough novel to kind of track down in the original version. It was published in 1939, and there are 5 variant versions of it, all supervised or written by the original author. He did quite elaborate rewrite around 1961. This guy makes George Lucas look like he's leaving things alone, because this guy's all over the place. And it even the ending, he's even got 2 different endings. In some of the books, a major character commits suicide, and in the other book, major character lives. I don't even know what to say about that. I do know that he did do a sequel to it called Flush of the Orchid, in which case he needed that character to be alive. So maybe that's why.
Clever.
But it's pretty interesting. He was published a lot by Série Noire, which is the publisher from which, the French publisher from which the noir term got into everybody's vocabulary.
How's the transfer on that new disc?
The transfer is incredible, and it's better than, but the other ones are okay. Kino Lorber did it, but it's out of print. Indicator, I think, still has it. And for those of us that do sometimes get more than one version, each one of these is a little, I think the Indicator and the Kino Lorber share the same special features. And this one has a completely different bunch of special features, and including a Kim Newman commentary that talks about something that's really key to this, which is that Robert Aldrich remade it as a movie called The Grissom Gang. And I bet you probably saw that, Rob.
I did. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was a remake.
Yeah, it's a remake, and I mean, this has a fascinating, convoluted history, and I will try not to bore everybody in the cheap seats, okay? But No Orchids for Miss Blandish is basically a ripoff of a book called Sanctuary by William Faulkner, who was trying to tap into that Dashiell Hammett, James M. Cain market himself. It's kind of a sellout novel. It's a very violent crime novel, in which a young woman is kidnapped. I think she's a Southern belle, is kidnapped, and held for ransom. And then one of the kind of psychopathic bad guy has his way with her, shall we say, repeatedly. It involves a corn cob, which is something you don't want to take on a first date. Okay, so and he was called Popeye in Sanctuary, and it was made into a movie. And you may know this movie, Rob, The Story of Temple Drake.
I've not seen that.
I think there's a Criterion of it, but I know it's out. It came out a couple years ago, and it starred an actor named Jack LaRue. And Jack LaRue, okay, in the weeds here, Jack LaRue was discovered by the director Howard Hawks to play in Scarface. And when LaRue was taller than Paul Muni, the guy who played the lead gangster, he had to let him go and brought in George Raft.
Oh,
so,
wait a minute. You mean the same George Raft?
Yes.
That is a character played by Don McManus in True Noir, The Assassination of Anton Cermak.
I haven't thought of that. I had not thought of that.
I
But
just thought I'd be here to point that out to you, because you did write that, by the way.
I did. Well, also, LaRue is a guy that pops up in lots of movies as like the second thug from the left, right? He stars in the Temple Drake movie based on Sanctuary, and that's early. I mean, that's like, I don't know, 31 or something. And then in 1948, who do they hire to play the psychopathic gang member who's going to have his way with the girl? But Jack LaRue. The only other starring role I know that he ever did. So it's kind of fascinating. And then the central story had to be, they had to change it in the movie, in this movie that we're looking at here. In this version of the movie, or the story, this heiress falls in love with, the kidnapper, basically. And it's a love story.
Stockholm Syndrome love story.
Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah, exactly. Now, jump forward to 1971, and Robert Aldrich makes a movie called The Grissom Gang.
Yeah.
And what's like another movie that I might like that was directed by Robert Aldrich? Well, this is not a tough one, Rob.
I don't know where you're going with this, but
where am I always going? It's Kiss Me Deadly.
well, I was thinking 71. Kiss Me Deadly is not 1971.
No, it's 55.
Yeah.
But this is the other Private Eye movie he did.
Right.
Robert Lansing plays a private eye in the Grissom Gang, who's going after. He's kind of the hero, but
and who is Robert Lansing?
I think he's
Gary Seven.
Gary Seven, right?
In the backdoor Star Trek pilot Assignment Earth from the second season.
Well, a couple things about this movie. This, I can't recommend this as one of the first film noir movies you try. If you're somebody out there thinking, well, this film noir, this seems kind of interesting, I think I'll tip my toe in the water. No. Start with the Maltese Falcon, or Double Indemnity, or
the Maltese Falcon that has a sequel coming out, and you can purchase it right now at Amazon. The Return of the Maltese Falcon by Max Allen Collins, which you can get right now, and it has a savings pre-order price guarantee. You can pick it up before the weekend of I want to say Good Friday, but Black Friday ends. There we go. Back to you, Max.
You've fulfilled one of my dreams, Rob. I've always wanted to be a running gag. And I
think promotion gag.
I think I'm there. I'm there.
This isn't a gag, Max. Don't you want to sell books?
Yeah, and you're going to get a free copy. I swear to God,
we're going to be single-handedly. Hard Case Crime is going to go, how come every Sunday book sales, pre-sales spike?
They rocket.
They rock it. It's because of this show, Max. This show. It's because of me. It's because of me, not just because of you. I mean, you had to have written the book, but it's my stellar promotional techniques.
Well, here's where I'm going with this. The reason why I would say this is a second tier. This is not a great movie. It has. I like it. It's got some really good, tough stuff in it. It's well shot. It looks good. It's very noirish. There's two things that you're going to have to deal with. For one, all the gangsters run this big fancy nightclub. In fact, I screened Dick Tracy, the movie Dick Tracy, with my grandson last week, and it was very similar to No Orchids from Miss Blandish, which was, I know they'd seen it because it's just like the nightclub in that movie, in that Disney movie. And
would that be the same Dick Tracy that you wrote the movie novelization for, Max?
Yeah, it is. It is.
This show, it's an amazing. You are a star. You are a star. Your tendrils. You're actually like a crime boss with your fingers in all the pies.
But when you say fingers in the pies, I get nervous, Rob. I don't know where we're headed, or maybe I do.
We're only headed into the C wing, Max.
Into the C wing, yeah. This movie. There are two things wrong with it, or two things that will be troublesome to viewers. One is every now and then there's a nightclub scene where they just have a woman sing, and it grinds to a halt. Then there's a dreadful, but I find it hilarious, but a dreadful comic who does some impressions. And it's a huge, glittering nightclub with all these people sitting around, and they're all laughing at this guy. And he's imitating Peter Lorre, and he doesn't look anything like Peter Lorre. He doesn't sound anything like Peter Lorre. He's just doing Sidney Greenstreet. It doesn't look. He's just because I'm doing a fat guy, and so I'm Sidney Greenstreet. That's pretty. That's part of the mix if you get this movie. And the other thing, but you may find hilarious, is that because it's a British movie and it's set in New York, the tin air of the dialogue is hilarious because all of the attempt to do gangster slang is just hilarious. I mean, it's so wrong that was a kind of a problem, I think, why James Hadley Case's novels were less popular in America than they were anywhere else. He was a huge writer in Europe, and he just kind of sold middling over here. And there's a writer, Peter Cheney is the guy who created Lemmy Caution. Lemmy Caution is the hero
of Alphaville.
And he was chosen by Jean-Luc Godard because Lemmy Caution was a big deal in France, where Peter Cheney was a huge writer, and in Europe he was a huge writer, but not in America because he was a British guy writing about America and getting it very, very wrong. Now, I find that kind of amusing. What can I say? But that is a barrier. It might be a reason to buy this. But if we come up to the Grissom Gang, it's actually a much, much better movie, and I would love to see Kino Lorber bring it back out. It was kind of done in a bare bones, now out of print version, and it was fine. It's what's in my collection. It was called the Grissom Gang. The gang in the original book and the other movie is called the Grissom Gang, and he changed it to Grissom. And Kim Darby is the heiress, and she's not in the movie from '48.
You mean Kim Darby from the first season Star Trek episode Miri?
Kim Darby, who we tried to get for True Noir and we couldn't land her. You remember that, Rob?
But she did star in Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
She did, and that's
The
kind
original,
of a cool movie.
And it's one of the coolest movies ever when you're 5 years old.
Well, the way in the first movie is an actress named Lyndon Travers, who was basically a stage actress who had played in the West End version, the play in London, and it toured with it, I guess, of No Orchis for Miss Blandish, and she's very glamorous, and she was an heiress in the in the story. Kim Darby, that she's a terrific actress, but is not a glamour girl. But the guy who has the Jack LaRue role is Scott Wilson, who's a terrific actor.
Great,
he's
great
gone
actor.
now, and he's incredible as as I think it's Slim Grissom is I think the character's name, and he turns it into a love story. So there's this weird thing where the book was all about kind of rape and humiliation,
which fits right into this show.
Yes, they turned it into a love story. They turned it into a love story in this, weirdly, and it still got censored. They had a lot of trouble in England with that movie, and this the Grissom Gang puts it together, which I think is. I know that's a torturous story I just told you, but all this stuff, I'm looking at this and it's just, it's blowing my mind, these connections. And that it starts with William Faulkner trying to have a pulp novel. And we end up with the guy who directed Kiss Me Deadly doing a remake of The Imitation. It's crazy. So anyway, that was the main thing I wanted to talk about this week.
Well, you know what I think we should talk about? I think we should actually talk about how The Return of the Maltese Falcon is now currently available on Amazon. I think I've run this one into the ground. Sometimes you can go too far.
Well, the only reason you guys haven't got your copies yet is that I am forbidden to send it out before January 6th. Because January 6th is the day that the book becomes legal. It's
So are you telling me that publishers
married?
Wait a minute.
When we get married.
Hang on a second. So I understand the Maltese Falcon has not fallen out of the public domain yet. I mean, it's not in the public domain yet.
No, it will.
So how did Publishers Weekly get a copy to review it? Huh?
They got a galley, and they probably had to sign. They had to sign away. Truly, I was shocked because I didn't think we'd get any reviews until the book was officially out.
$1 billion. I don't
That's
know.
right.
I'm in trouble now.
Well, I mentioned that this movie that I just spoke about was inspired by James M. Cain, who is one of the major writers of crime fiction in the 30s and 40s and 50s, who inspired film noir. I mean, he's the Double Indemnity guy. He was a kind of unsuccessful screenwriter. Hollywood saw how well he wrote dialogue and how successful the Postman Artist Twice was, and they brought him out to Hollywood, one of the studios, and he'd do like a Maria Montez movie or something. He was not. He only had one really cool project that I know of, and that's Algiers. And Algiers is with. That's where Hedy Lamarr, put her clothes on and became a big star. That's her breakthrough role. And that really, Charles Boyer became a big star because of this. The line, "Come with me to the Casbah," is, a line not in this movie. The way "Play It Again, Sam" is not a line in Casablanca,
right.
But that's the line associated with it. Also, Pepe, excuse me, I can't even say it. Pepe Le Pew comes from Charles Boyer, whose character is named Pepe Le Moco. So if you, and those cartoons, you don't get to see those cartoons anymore because they make fun of the French.
Nothing wrong with that, Max.
I don't know. Anyway, the movie just briefly, it is kind of a noir. It's set in the Algerian quarter in Paris, and Boyer plays a wanted criminal, a thief, and he's kind of idolized in this milieu of crime and criminals and outcasts in the Casbah. And but he longs to go out and be in Paris. And this woman, played by Hedy Lamarr, kind of represents what he would like to return to, the life he'd like to return to. But there's murder and there's good stuff in this. It's been a movie that actually fell into the public domain, and there have been a lot of really cheap versions out there of it. And I always have to look to see which of these companies did it. It's Film Masters. Film Masters did this, and it's a nice look. And it's not, it's not what you'll show your equipment off on, but this is a good version of it. The other thing I wanted,
pretty new company, Film Masters.
Film Masters. I think, aren't they people from Film Detective that went and started their own?
I think they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very similar format, and sort of selecting the same kinds of movies. And you mentioned this last week, Rob. This is the other thing I wanted to mention this week. This series is called Chantal, and there's a couple things that might keep people in our audience from picking it up, and one of them is they say right on the cover, an offbeat crime series, and then they cross out crime and write in, like in lipstick, feminist. I don't know who they think they're appealing to with that. And it's a DVD, which also is not, for people that love 4K, it's not their first choice. It's not their format of choice. But as is the case with other Kino Lorber titles I've seen, and you too, Rob, I think can confirm this, these DVDs look pretty nice.
Yeah, they do, especially and especially if you're watching them on a player that can upscale.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a show that kind of invokes slightly the Nordic noir that we talked about, The Lake, which is another Kino Lorber release. I love this show. This show is about a young woman who's a police officer, like in a major city, and is going to try to climb to be an inspector. But on the way to becoming an inspector in the big city, she has to take this job as a police chief in a little town. And the town is a Belgium show, and this is in western part of Belgium where they speak Flemish, and it's almost like the Wild West. In fact, her partner, who she initially doesn't get along with, is nicknamed Sheriff, and there's a bar that always has these Western themed nights, and so they're playing off of the fact that this is the boonies, right? And so it isn't a feminist story as much as it is the contrast between an urban person and a not rural but small town person, because this is a small town. Now, the tone really nicely straddles comic and I would say drama, maybe melodrama, but that's a hard thing to hit. And it stays very. In fact, I think they describe it as a comedy, but it's got killing in it. It's got crimes in it. Now they kind of build through the two seasons because they're trying to make it somewhat realistic. So the crimes that she's involved in are fairly small, and then it gets bigger, and there's kind of a conspiracy aspect to it as it moves on. Terrific, smart show. The actress is Micah Meyer, and she had been the character spun off from some other show in Belgium that I'm not familiar with. They did 2 seasons. The first season, there's 8 episodes, and 6 episodes of the second season. That's what's on this disc, the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Now, I understand they've done a 3rd season. Don't know if it's streaming anywhere yet, Don't know whether Kino will bring that out, but if you like, particularly if you like foreign crime shows, which often are superior to what our shows over here are, I recommend this highly. So that's it.
So you're at the moment standing at a cliffhanger, Max, with just the second season, and it's going on with the third one. Are you standing?
Well, they did the first and second season on this disc. It's a 2-disc set.
Okay, but story-wise, are you?
It's 4 discs, Max.
Okay.
Oh, it's actually 4 discs. Two discs on the first season, 2 discs in the second season. There's a through line. There's a continued storyline. Like when she decides whether or not she's going to stay there or go to Belgium, to Brussels, where she can take the test and become an inspector. So there's a through line, and there's a lot of characters that develop, but each episode is, self-contained. It's a very good format. You get self-contained episodes, but a really nice through line, and the characters grow, and characters that don't like each other become respectful of each other, become friends, very gradual. This is an unusual show. I would say it's in the deceptively simple area, because you say, give it a chance. And kudos to Kino Lorber for bringing stuff like this to us, and I'll take it in DVD if that's the only way I can get it.
Well, look, Kino Lorber's output is incredible. From their Raro label to their Kino Cult label to the 4Ks they've been putting out, they've really done. I'm convinced we're attacking Venezuela now because they want to stop the input of Kino Lorber movies into the American marketplace. I think that's why they're going after the cartels. But that's just me. I love what Kino Lorber's been doing. They're a great, and it's not just because they send me stuff, but I think they care. And Matt at Kino Lorber is always looking out like, hey, can I send discs to other people? Shout out to him because he asked me if John Campea wanted physical media. And, John Campea is openly hostile to physical media. And I had to tell Matt, I was like, dude, no, he doesn't want that. And I'm sure Matt's like, really? And I mean, Max, you can attest, hasn't your life changed since Kino Lorber started sending you boxes of goodies?
Yeah, I spent about 2 hours putting stuff away yesterday.
Yeah, I think that I have a box. You must have did you get a box in the last day or two?
I don't think I've had one. The last one I had was the big chunky box.
Oh, you had the big chunk. Yeah, that was a big box.
Yeah,
with like 13 4Ks, the Abbott and Costello stuff, which I showed last week, and
I can't even keep track of how much stuff they're sending me, and and it's taken me a long time to file things away in my, careful system of.
Well, you did do audio commentary for them on French Noir.
Yes, yeah.
So not only do you have, of course, the Return of the Maltese Falcon, which is now available to purchase at Amazon, and you can have a pre-price guarantee. You are on French Noir Volume 2 twice.
Yeah, in fact, it was one of the movies you mentioned, the Virgin movie, the Virgin of something.
Of course, you were on that movie.
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about it next week, but that's really all I have today. I wanted to focus on this crazy mix around No Orchids for Miss Blandish. I mean, that's a very big deal title in the scheme of crime fiction and noir. And and I had my hands full this week because at the C Wing, the latest the latest night that we ran,
the party nights,
50% off to everybody who came, the men who came as Santa and the women who came as Mrs. Santa. I want to kick Christmas off. It was well intentioned, but all these people seem to have gotten mixed up because they all came with one group and then got lost, and some of them would end up in another one. And in some cases there were two Santa Clauses and two Mrs. Santa Clauses in rooms. I'm not here to judge, but I was confused.
Well,
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I've got to give you some kudos for the Thanksgiving dinner you threw in the C Wing, because you gave new meaning to the stuffing. I thought I knew a lot about stuffing, but whoa, what happened in the C Wing with the stuffing? I mean, the cranberry sauce was good, but when I got to that stuffing, there was only so much I could put in my mouth. And that's all I'm going to say.
Well, now, the wings within the wings, because we have rooms on one side and rooms on the other side. We had turkey TV dinners on the one side and ham TV dinners on the other side. So we're a class operation, my friends.
Well, it was pretty good, and I loved seeing the closed caption or the closed circuit TV that was broadcasting in each room. That was it was really incredible. Listen, there's some super chats here that I would like to.
Rob, wait for the physical media on that, would you?
The fiscal media?
The physical media.
Oh, the physical media. I'm sorry, my brain was somewhere else. There's some super chats that I would love to get to. People have fired, and since you're here, Max, Paul Allen Bernardo says, "Hey, Robin Dieter, my sis gave me the Zootopia Blu-ray, the Blu-ray 3D, the DVD 3-pack a few years ago, and I will rewatch it before I see part 2. Calvin Wellborn, our man from Down Under, says, "Thank you, Dieter, for reminding me to get Blake's 7 season 2. Dieter, what did you want to say?
No, just shout out to our super chatter.
Walter Whitewalker says, how fantastic has Welcome to Derry been? Love the opening credits. I have
not seen.
It's good.
I have not seen the show yet.
It's good.
I've not seen
it's good. It's really good.
Okay.
And Stranger Things is off to a great start. Is it? Gilligan's Happy
Don't put me
Borg.
down again, Rob.
Vince Gilligan's Happy Borg show is great too. Pluribus. I will. Apparently, I'm having my stream is strong today, so I apparently don't have to quit the show last night. I didn't rage quit. I tried twice. I couldn't get my stream flowing, but today it seems to be flowing, so that's good. But yeah,
we need that pluribus talk.
Walter Whitewalker goes on to say, if you like that one, I sent Dietz a video on November 14th. Did Walter Whitewalker send you a new video that I don't have, Dieter, of you, an AI video?
No, I don't have received anything.
All right.
Yet.
Well, Danzig 1979 has been a member for 22 months. And then Walter Whitewalker says, Max has to talk loud because the C-Wing is a noisy place. Could be. Major Chai Chai has sent 5 Burnettwork gift memberships. Thank you. There'll be another member call next week. I appreciate that, Major. Probably that was the wrong hand. 200 Watt Studio says, when I go to wedding receptions, I prefer an open bar rather than a Casbah. Okay. You know what?
Whitewalker actually says in the live chat, Rob, he sent it to you. No, I sent it to Rob.
And in Walter 200 Watt Studio, even though it's the title of the show, says, so happy that Excalibur is coming on 4K and with the original mono audio. I bought it the first day, and the other grail is Westworld finally. I have to say, what's interesting about Michael Crichton's Westworld, he directed that film, but that was one of the first letterboxed Japanese laserdiscs that was ever released.
Oh,
I think it was Pony. Okay. And they released 5 MGM titles beginning with 2001 and 2010. And then they released Clash of the Titans, The Time Machine, The Hunger, and Westworld. They did. Or maybe it wasn't 2010. Did they release 2010? I don't remember. I forget. But Westworld was one of those first. And it was really, really cool to get that. That was very exciting. And to see it coming out. Arrow's killing it. Arrow is absolutely killing it with, and they have, I can't tell you everything that they've licensed from Warner Brothers, but they licensed a very unexpected movie that I particularly love that I've alluded to before and people have guessed it, but they have a great slate of Warner titles coming.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
very,
And
very exciting.
especially wait on their hard-boiled announcement. If Shaw doesn't do a
Yeah,
reprint
yeah.
of
And
it.
they're hard. Yes, yes. And I did say 2010, didn't I? Wait, what?
You mentioned that briefly, yeah.
Tom Jr. Jackson sends in a Burnettwork gift membership. Thank you, Tom. That is great. Richard Curtis says, I just got back from a hell of a movie marathon. Started with Nicholas Winding Refn's Neon Demon, which is superb. And I then watched Deadly Friend, Thinner, The Assassin, The Corner Office, and finally Train Dreams. It was a long night, but a good one. That is. Were they showing
That's a movie
that?
diet, Rob.
Were they showing that somewhere? Deadly Friend and Thinner with The Assassin, The Corner Office, and Train Dreams. That is a very eclectic mix, sir. You had me at hello with that one. I congratulate you. I salute you. That's amazing.
I had good things about Train Dreams on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. What is it? Joel Edgerton, Owen
Correct.
Lars, the young Owen Lars. So Max, that's it. That's all of our super chats. We've caught up with them. Before I let you go, do you have anything to say at all about the upcoming release of The Return of the Maltese Falcon, which is now available at Amazon? You can get it, and it's written by Max Allan Collins. It comes out the 6th of January. Boy, what a great day to come out, the 6th of January. You know, everything great happens in America on the 6th of January, including The Return of the Maltese Falcon. Max, anything you can tell us?
Which will get to Christmas. Which bumps me out.
I will say this, and this is not a joke. When I turned the book in, they had the book very early this year, and I thought it's going to be forever till this book comes out. This year flew. It just flew, and so I seriously thank you for telling people about the book. One thing before I go, I did want to mention, I saw Barbara and I, my lovely wife Barbara and I saw Wake Up Dead Man, the third Knives Out movie in the theater. It was playing in Muscatine, Iowa, because it got into the smaller chains. If you have this is a really good one. I think it's arguably the best of the three movies. I liked it very much, and we can talk about it maybe after it's been on Netflix. But it's worth seeing on a big screen. Sometimes you look at these and say, there's no reason why I need to see this on a larger screen. But a lot of it's expansive at times, and there's a church, a cathedral, a lot of things happen in. It's huge, and you really feel it in the theatrical experience. It's criminal that these movies are. I'm glad he's getting to make them, but I prefer to see these in the theater.
Well, yeah, I think that, look, it's incredibly stupid that Netflix acquired a theatrical franchise that made over $300 million worldwide. They gave them $450 million to make two movies, and they're not putting them out theatrically. They've given both movies now an anemic theatrical release with nothing behind it. I really don't understand the business model of a theatrical release has been shown to bolster the amount of times that movie is streamed when it gets to a streaming service. And I don't know why Netflix, for movies like this, does not put out a full-on, full-press theatrical run of these films. The second film, Glass Onion, could have made $500 million worldwide, and it would have taken away the debt. I don't understand the business model. I really don't. Because when a movie goes out and it streams, it's only about streaming. Your streaming dollar has to pay for everything on that platform, and every single thing they've licensed or paid for, and they're not making their money back. That money is just being burned up, and I don't know what the business model is. I don't get it, but
I mean, I know what they're up to. I think it's wrongheaded, but they are literally trying to kill theaters, so that they are the only venue you can see stuff in.
Well,
If they're the only venue, then they think they get all of that money that is going to theaters.
but I get it. I do get that, but it's a revenue stream that they can have
ridiculous.
both. I mean, the movies are going to live forever, on Netflix, and so why not bolster the value of the films by putting them out theatrically?
Also, I don't believe they ever released Glass Onion on physical media.
No, they
Am I
didn't.
correct?
They did.
And
However-
this is
And Warner,
And they won't this one either. They won't this one either. And this kind of movie, and going back to the Agatha Christie box set, Dieter, these are coffee and cake movies that you will look at again and again and again and again. And having them, owning them. What should we watch this afternoon, dear? While you pull this out and you put those movies, so those, what's his name? Bernett Blanc.
Yeah.
Those are right in the Christie pocket. They ought to be available on physical media with interviews with all the stars. I mean, think about the package you could have very easily. It's criminal.
look, I agree, man. I don't get it. I mean, it's a bizarre, and they're so good. By the way, Knives Out. Well, that's part of the news. But Knives Out is getting a re-release. Their Lionsgate Limited is reprinting the steelbook, the out-of-print steelbook. So they are putting that.
I have to push back just a little. I get with the theatrical release, but if Netflix wants to do that, they need to put in bigger windows. I will
Of course,
not
they need
go
to do a
the
real
theater,
theatrical release.
pay for a Netflix movie that I can watch 14 days later on their streaming service, which I pay for monthly. And I want Netflix to take my money and their subscriber monies to make movies for their platform, because Netflix for me is a streaming service. I'm not seeing them as a theatrical release studio. If they want to do that, fine. But then put in bigger windows for those movies.
Well, they only did the theatrical. They only did the theatrical release because the director insisted, because it's a short window, so that you don't go. They don't want you to go. They want you to watch it on Netflix. And I think if it hadn't been on Thanksgiving. That my wife and I went out to eat at a nice restaurant on Thanksgiving.
And I have to say, Max,
we could go to a movie.
Here. So here I wouldn't have even had a chance to see it. It didn't play here in Germany. Not in my theaters, So I wasn't even would have been able to go to see it.
Well, it made a delightful day for us to be able to go out, have this nice meal, and then go out and see a movie. We went at like 4:30 in the afternoon. It was just a delightful day, delightful. And I've had 2 or 3 of those in the last year.
That is for you the best of the trilogy, because I loved both two earlier ones.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. There's a fire I have to put out at the C wing.
Well, Max, I always like. How do you what hose do you use to put those fires out?
Did I say? Oh, I meant start a fire.
Oh, okay. Well, which sticks do you rub together to do
a little
that?
insurance scam, Max?
Okay, I'm just asking. Well, Max Allen Collins, before we let you go, I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention the fact that your upcoming novel, The Return of the Maltese Falcon, is currently available on Amazon to pre-order. And you should all go, because there's a savings pre-order price guarantee right now. So everybody go. And, you should also get the first book and read them in tandem. How about that?
Well, I'm getting really tired of this, Rob, because you haven't even mentioned the fact that we got distribution on something called True Noir.
True Noir, the assassination, and I got a letter. There's a lot of deliverables that we have to do, and I would like to
You get
take
your work
care.
cut
I'd
out
like to
for you.
take care of that all week, so I want to get that out, and that'll be good because we really need to get distribution on that and get the cash flowing. And I want people to hear it. It's great, if I do say so
Yeah,
myself.
very, very, very proud of it. And you did a great job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's no Return of the Maltese Falcon.
Sure it is. Sure it is.
But Max Allen Collins will let you go back to the C-Wing.
Just quick, Rob. Thomas Logan wants me to say that you read the super chat for Max that he put in.
The super chat about Real Thomas Logan says
The usual, Rob. The usual.
he says okay, this is for Max. So True IMAX 1570, they're re-releasing Sinners and One Battle After Another next month, and they feature, I didn't know this, the 5-minute prologue to Christopher Nolan's Odyssey. He sort of pioneered that when they released the prologue to The Dark Knight, when they did the bank robbery in IMAX. The nearest 1570 theater, the True IMAX theater to Max, is in Indianapolis, and it's only 6 hours away, Max.
And we got the weather to be doing that in right now.
I'll bet you have. So
We do have a nice IMAX theater in Davenport.
yeah, but it's not 1570.
attached to a museum. Yeah,
Or maybe it is. I don't know. That could be. Well,
I'll keep an eye on that. I'll keep an eye out on that. I apologize about the sound problem today. I'll get my son, my tech savvy son, in and see if we can improve this.
I would imagine you've just got your output jacked up to the top volume. You probably have to go into the computer.
It's just that my content is so high.
Correct.
Right.
You're the headliner, Max. So,
you know what?
you know?
I'm right there with you, buddy. I mean, I'm all about your content, especially. I'm really interested in
The
Return of the Maltese Falcon, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you from Amazon and Max Allen Collins on January 6th. Truly a labor of love. The man Max was charting when this original novel, it's his favorite novel of all time, when it fell into the public domain. Max was Johnny on the spot, the first man to come out with a sequel, and it's going to be the best. Publishers Weekly said so. How they were able to read a book like that, because they got it for free. They didn't have to pay for it. I get it. So go to Amazon right now.
Over the phone. I read it to him over the phone.
There you go. That's what you did.
Audiobook.
And then, of course, go to truenoir.co, and you can get all 4.5 hours of True Noir, The Assassination of Anton Cermak, written by Max Allen Collins, the writer of, no, I won't do it again, but the writer of the Nathan Heller novels, and he adapted his own book, True Detective.
Soon to be on CD from Skyboat.
Yeah, soon to be on CD. You can get it on CD. It'll be in libraries. It'll be everywhere. Everywhere. So that's very exciting. So, Max, we'll let you go. Go put out a fire. Go take care of your wife because she's very fiery. And give Barb my love in the way I expect you to. So you take care of that, and we will let you go.
I don't know. I don't know. Why does he disrespect me like this, Dieter?
Well, he's the manager, you know. He's always looking down on our worker beers, you know.
We know which way it rolls, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
The hierarchy, you know.
It's true.
Thank you, guys. Have a great week, and I hope to see you next week.
All right, Max.
See you next week,
We
Max.
will see you later. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the great Max Allen Collins. And if you didn't know, he has The Return of the Maltese Falcon coming out. You can get it on Amazon right now. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gentle beings, kind souls. We have a few more super chats to read.
Yeah.
200 Watt Studio says, I just got Outland from Arrow. I've loved the film since it was in constant rotation on the movie channel in the 80s. I have it on Laserdisc, DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K. It's true. 200 Watt Studio says, nobody mentions it, but I think it is a good sequel to 2001, meaning 2010. Maybe not as iconic as Kubrick's film, but I hope 2010 gets a 4K release. Anyway,
quiet on the Western Front.
Peter Hyams had a great run with Capricorn 1 Outland in 2010. Don't forget Hanover Street. Hanover Street was in there too, and I liked Hanover Street with Harrison Ford. I think that was 79. It came out after Capricorn 1. But yeah, I love Peter Hyams. I'm a big fan of 2010, and I can't wait to get it on 4K. Whenever it's coming out. You know who might be putting that out? I don't know. But if I shot that poison, I would know. Anyway.
And speaking of stuff coming out, we could
what are you
do
saying?
news.
Oh, it's the news, ladies and gentlemen. The news. No news is good news with Gary Gnu. No news is good news. Anyway, that's a really obscure reference. If anyone knows it, hey, chime in.
Because I think you were through with the super chats, Rob. I think.
Was I?
think so.
Sure. Okay. Let's start with the news.
Yeah.
You know, I am no longer writing articles for Lionsgate Limited, unfortunately, because nobody read them. You know, but I have a plan.
Nobody can find them.
I'm going to send Lisa Stevenson a letter. I wrote a whole letter about how they should revamp their website. So I'm doing that. But they've got some bangers. Lionsgate Limited has new bangers coming out, including a 4K steelbook of what? Battle Royale.
Ooh. Yeah.
Look at that.
Nice.
4 discs. Battle Royale coming out again here. It's great to get this back. I mean, I'm a big fan of this movie. Of course, there's been some controversy with Battle Royale. Quentin Tarantino was accusing Suzanne Collins of stealing it for the Hunger Games, and of course, Lionsgate's
come on, Rob. Do you really think Suzanne Collins? Oh yeah, I'm totally into Japanese movies.
No, I don't think she is. You know, I don't think that the Hunger Games is a ripoff of Battle Royale. I think that this is a common theme. It goes all the way back to the 10th victim.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about the Hunger Games, though? There's this really cool, oversized book of Tim Palin's artwork that he's done for the films. I mean, they put a book, I think it costs like $800. Something like that. Okay. I'm sorry. I won't bring that up. But, you know, if you bought it. But anyway, they are also re-releasing Knives Out in 4K.
Like I told you, Rob. Like I told you, I didn't look at the measurements of the book.
Yeah, it's a big book. You can kill somebody with that book. And then that could be the new Knives Out movie. Knives Out is being re-released. I love the look of this. That's awesome. Very cool. Knives Out's coming out. And also Kevin Smith's Dogma. Obviously, Kevin Smith was able to rescue this from the clutches of Harvey Weinstein. And this movie's been out of print for a long time. Look, there's the Buddy Christ on the cover. I actually have a Buddy Christ myself. And there you go. So Dogma is coming out, all from Lionsgate Limited. And then, which was spending a limited time in the theaters, we go to Disney because Tron Ares is coming out. I like the fact that they kept this steelbook in line with the recently
a little bit
released.
in the artwork, like the first two.
I think that was really smart. That's officer thinking from Disney. Very excited about
little more reddish here. No.
Yeah.
But I'm still hoping, Rob, perhaps in Japan we'll get a 3D release.
I hope so. I hope Japan or Cape Light. Maybe not.
Maybe.
Then we got, this is kind of interesting. The Prisoner Kino Lorber are putting out a Blu-ray of, wildly enough, The Prisoner of Zenda. Of course, this stars Peter Sellers, and it comes out in early 2026. But here we go. I mean, we've talked about it. It's been rumored. They put in postcards. Arrow is finally dropping the 4K of Excalibur. John Borman's Excalibur, a favorite, everybody's favorite from 1981. What is the secret of the Grail? Who does it serve? You, my lord. Who am I? You are Arthur. I love this movie.
Who?
Do you love this movie?
Yeah, 3 disc set.
Dude, I can't wait. There's a documentary on it. I think they're putting out like a TV cut of this movie. I don't know why they do that, but whatever. I don't care. This is great stuff. I can't wait to get it. Very, very, very excited for this film. You know, I've got the old Blu-ray, but I'm sure this new... I mean, it's going to be interesting because this is a grainy movie shot with a lot of filtering,
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
smoke. I don't care. I can't wait to get it on 4K. And also following that up from MGM, Excalibur's a Warner Brothers movie from 81. Westworld's, I think, 1973. This is an MGM movie. Michael Crichton, who wrote The Andromeda Strain, who created ER. He wrote and directed this movie, of course, the basis for the HBO series. But this has Yul Brynner. He's bringing back his character from the Magnificent Seven, and of course James Brolin and Richard Benjamin playing two friends that go to Westworld. I love this movie. I loved this movie when I was a kid.
me too.
I can't wait to get this.
Yeah.
I'm sure the transfer is great. It's a widescreen movie, and thank God Arrow is putting this out. This is part of the incredible licensing deal they made with Warner Brothers. You know, you never know what movies from what, you know, they might even be putting out movies that came out in 1984 or 2010. You never know. You just don't know what they're going to release in the future. I have no idea. But hey, we can't wait to get Westworld. We can't wait to get Excalibur. Love it. And they got Under Siege coming. Wild Style just came out. God, I love Arrow. Okay. Now this movie, if you guys haven't seen this movie, this is I
think I have not, Rob. Help me out here.
Okay, this is a fucking batshit crazy sci-fi horror film. It is bizarre. I have it. It's come out before. I have a special edition of it, but to get this in 4K, you know what? This is kind of like The Matrix. No one can tell you what The Visitor is. You have to see it for yourself. And I love that Arrow is putting this out. You go, boys. I'm going to upgrade. I can't recommend this movie highly enough. It's very weird. It's not for the faint of heart. No, it is, but it's just a bizarre film. And look up the trailer, because they did a big trailer for the they remastered it a couple years back, and it came out on Blu-ray, but definitely going to upgrade to 4K. And then, of course, Arrow is putting out American Yakuza, which I don't know much about American Yakuza. I have never seen American.
One of Vigo's earlier movies, you know.
Yes.
And there was on the German Blu-ray, there was a nice interview with him. You know, was out of money, out of luck, you know, and he did the American Yakuza movie.
Did
and
American
the funny
Yakuza.
thing that he told in that interview was when they shot an action scene, you know, in the rehearsal, they're doing fake noises, considering shooting a gun, and they did the real scene, and Viggo Ford, he did great, and then the director said, we need to do it again, because Viggo actually did the noises for the shoot.
Yeah, and what's interesting,
in the take.
We talked about their V, you know, Arrow released the V Cinema box set. Max talked about it. You talked about it. This was Toei decided to expand their iconic V Cinema line to North America, and this was the first result.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This was an explosively violent American Yakuza featuring an early lead performance from Viggo, featuring an outstanding supporting cast, including Michael Nouri from The Hidden in Flashdance, Nikki Katt from Grindhouse, Robert Forster, and director Frank Capello weaves an exhilarating tale of deception and betrayal in this underseen transcontinental gangster thriller. Now, wait a minute. I got to go back because I didn't read the description. They have got a great description for The Visitor here. Okay. So here's their description. You may think you've seen it all, but nothing can prepare you for The Visitor, an excursion into the realms of cinematic insanity. Producer extraordinaire Ovidio G. Asantis, creator of such delicious guilty pleasures as Beyond the Door and Tentacles, brings together an extraordinary ensemble cast in a mind-blowing tale of a girl and her pet hawk. Killer birds, psychokinesis, satanic conspiracies, exploding basketball hoops, Any attempt to explain the exact plot of The Visitor is an exercise in futility. But in the maelstrom of madness and mayhem is the tale of an ancient intergalactic entity capable of bearing earthly children endowed with great powers. Powers which some are keen to harness and some to destroy. And 8-year-old Katie Collins is one such child, and as her powers emerge, the battle for her soul is about to begin. A bizarre collision of The Omen with Close Encounters of the Third Kind and The Exorcist. The Visitor is a veritable cult phenomenon that combines stunning imagery, breathtaking set pieces with a jaw-dropping cast that includes John Huston from Chinatown, Mel Ferrer, Glenn Ford, Shelley Winters, Sam Peckinpah, and Franco Nero as Jesus.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, there you go. They're also putting out, Arrow is putting out, of course, as we know.
Yeah. Awesome.
Which is a lot of fun that they're putting
at
out.
The right moment, Rob. At the right moment.
Just the right time.
To put my DVD player back into action. I will wait.
And then we have coming out, this is the Santa collection. Legendary filmmaker Takashi.
You showed the Peking Opera Blues, Rob.
Oh wait. Oh, did I not get the right one? You know what? I think I forgot to do it.
And
damn it.
Just quickly on my end, Rob, because Patrick's daughter, Mia, it's her birthday today. So Mia, happy birthday to you, and you're welcome. Considering your birthday present, I hope you like it. She was in the live chat thanking me for her birthday present. Awesome.
Oh, well, what'd you get her?
You're welcome, Mia. I got her a board game for The Last of Us. I hope it's good. A board game, actually. I don't know if kids use board games anymore, Rob. I hope it's a good one. It's a good one for the rainy December days. So Mia, you're welcome. Nice to see you in the live chat.
Time, so that you can give me a shout out. I'm sorry that I screwed that one up.
No, you didn't screw that up, Rob, because we are in the news section. So Mia, happy birthday to you for your 16th birthday. You're welcome. Hope you like your present and let that play with you. You know, it's at the age of 14 and up, but you can make an exception, and that can play with you. So it's The Last of Us board game.
Well, there you go. So
it was nice to see her popping up in the live chat.
So this is the cover I missed. This is the Santa collection, Santa SANA. 2 decades after terrifying the world with the ghosts of Toshio and Kayako with Jew on the Grudge, legendary filmmaker Takashi Shimizu returns to its J-horror roots with the thrilling Diptych, Santa and Sana, Let Me Hear, starring J-pop supergroup Generations from Exile Tribe, playing fictionalized versions of themselves. Santa sees the band members discover a mysterious cassette tape containing only a simple melody, but this earworm comes with sinister consequences. So there you go. It's a 1-2 punch of magnificent J-horror. And then, of course, finally, you were right.
Don't know those movies.
Yeah, I don't either. Sweetheart, one of the most famous of all Hong Kong films, Peking Opera Blues, coming out from
their version.
This is their version of the Golden Harvest banger. This is a pretty extraordinary movie.
The Golden Princess. The Golden Princess movies.
Oh, what did I say? Golden something else?
Golden Harvest, yeah. Golden Harvest, the other
different company. This is Golden Princess. I stand corrected. Then we have Elvis, the 56. Elvis 56 comeback. And that's pretty cool. It's a made-for-TV film, Elvis 56. It's coming out. So that's kind of cool. Then we have the latest Hammer release, Stolen Face from Hammer, another 4K restoration of Terrence Fisher's Stolen Face from 1952. So that's pretty neat. And then here's another German-related title, Colon 75. Kino Lorber and Zeitgeist Films are preparing a Blu-ray release of Edo Fuchs, Colon 75 from 2025, starring Mala. I can't even pronounce their names. It comes out January 6th. And this is Keith Jarrett's legendary performance in January of 1975, Nearly Didn't Happen. Based on a true story, Colon 75 shows how the concert was conceived and orchestrated through the efforts of a teenage concert promoter. So it's a true story about that concert from 1975. That's cool. Docudrama. That's interesting. And then we have from Cinematograph over on the Vinegar Syndrome way of things. This is Abel Ferrara's New Rose Hotel that is based on, I want to say that this is based on a William Gibson short story. And it was adapted for the screen by Abel Ferrara. And it's a cyberpunk film set, I guess, at the turn of the millennium. So it's kind of an overlooked sci-fi film. I don't think this movie's great, but it's interesting. And I love that Cinematograph is putting it out. So it'll
nice cast here, Rob. Christopher
Okay.
Walken, William Dafoe.
Yeah, it's
Asia
an
Argento.
incredible cast. Incredible cast. So that's exciting. Then we have A Savage Art, which is coming out. The Life and Cartoons of Pat Oliphant. And Magnolia Home Entertainment's putting this out. And Blu-ray.com are offering 2 lucky members an opportunity to win a Blu-ray copy of this, A Savage Art, The Life and Cartoons of Pat Oliphant. And this comes out on December 9th.
Rob, I think we have a copyright infringement here. Considering the cover artwork, wasn't that you and our short movie competition?
Yeah, they certainly look like they ripped me off. But that idea of stuff exploding from people's heads, what can you do?
Yeah,
Okay. But clearly they've been watching our channel. And thanks for pointing that out. Shameless, the box set of the entire series is coming out. Yeah. I love this series.
Unfortunately, I always heard good things about it, but never have seen it. But no, as a Blu-ray box set, okay.
Now I got to tell you, Imprint, our man down under, Kelvin Wellborn, can tell us all about this. But Imprint is putting out Spellbinder, a limited edition hard box of Spellbinder, which is cool if you like that movie. I'm not a fan of this film, but that doesn't matter because Imprint is delivering the goods, Deets. One of my favorite Hammer films in 4K, Vampire Circus. Wow. I'm so excited to get this. Calvin said he was hooking me up with Twins of Evil, which is amazing. But Vampire Circus, I love this movie. It's a standalone film. It doesn't connect back to anything. But I love that they're putting this out in 4K. So that is, I'm very, very excited. Then we have Lucio Fulci's. This is Conquest. Calderon Films is prepping a 4K of Lucio Fulci's Conquest from 1983. Now, I've never seen this movie, but hey, it's coming out. A young man armed with a magical bow and arrow embarks on a mystical journey through a mystical land to rid it of all evil, and somewhere along the way joins forces with an outlaw to take down a powerful witch bent on claiming the magic bow. I'm sure this is just a paragon of excellence. But who am I to say? If you want to get it, it's coming. And then we have the Sweeney. I got my first Sweeney, season 4, the 50th anniversary edition. Everyone loves the Sweeney. I haven't seen my
I think
pilot.
Max mentioned it too.
He talked about it too. Everyone loves the Sweeney. I've never seen this show. I guess it's a great cop thriller. By the way, Kino Lorber is also releasing they're not releasing this. Old Gold Media from the UK is putting this out. I just want to mention that Kino Lorber is putting out Diva in 4K, and that transfer is great. I talked about that before. Then we have Diane Keaton's film Heaven is coming out from Lightyear Entertainment. She just passed, obviously. This is a film that she directed. It's her directorial debut, and it's about it's a documentary about how Hollywood depicted heaven, and it's intercut with celebrities talking about heaven. So that's interesting. It's good it's coming out. Then we have this. Radiance is putting out They did a 4K of 1978's Splendid Outing. Splendid Outing, which is a Korean film following a dream about her dead twin sister. Thriving corporate tycoon Gong Do-hee takes a drive to the seaside, but her splendid outing becomes a nightmarish one when she is kidnapped and forced to live with a gruff island fisherman who insists that she is his runaway wife. Featuring a timely message about political oppression that evaded the stringent censors of the day, this daring modernist work from prolific Korean cineast Kim Soo-young stands as one of the boldest works of Korean cinema's darkest era, the 1970s. So there you go. Sounds interesting to me.
Okay.
And it's Radiance, and they put out great stuff. Now we've got 88 films doing some bangers. Stripped to Kill. Their slasher classics collection, Stripped to Kill. I admit, I kind of like this movie from 87.
Still 18, Rob. Still 18.
Still 18, Stripped to Kill, a banger. Then they've got Jackie Chan's The Protector coming out, also 18 in 4K. And then a movie that I think Vinegar Syndrome already put this out. Somebody put this out before, Fade to Black. They're re-releasing it. An early Mickey Rourke performance in this movie. Dennis Christopher from Breaking Away fame is in this. I love this. I really like this movie a lot. I could have become this guy. Thank God I'm not, but it's in 4K, so there you go. And then, of course, Sorority House Massacre, also an 18. So these are, I mean, what a collection. What a collection. So
what movie diet?
Quite the movie diet. And you go. And then, of course, that's not all. Then we've got, let's see what else.
Yeah.
What do we got here? We've got Shango is a new...
The hell?
Shango is a spaghetti
La
western.
Pistola Infallible.
This is a spaghetti western, a wild ride into time where questions were answered through gritted teeth or bullets. And it's apparently violent and raw. Shango is packed with hardened characters, all battling for survival in the torturous heat of an unforgiving land. So, hey, what's not to love about Shango? And then we're getting this, which is Sakurin, an ancient Edo legendary Yoshiwara red light district. Ooh, it's about prostitution. Is brought to life in Sakurin, a dazzling debut of acclaimed photographer Mika Ninagawa, based on the popular manga. Kyoa, sold into a brothel at the tender age of whatever, and is becoming a courtesan, and as her rebellious spirit and renowned beauty provoked the jealous rivalry of the other girls in the establishment, the possibility of romance raises its head, but can love provide a genuine possibility of escape for a young woman in her position in a refined, sensual world where looks and deportment are everything? With its super saturated colors and striking design, Sakurin is a delicious feast for the eyes. Well, okay then. And then finally, their last release is this, which is Helter Skelter. A top model and fashion idol is used to being the center of attention, the living epicenter of her own universe and of a multimedia saturated hyper reality in which everything is airbrushed and color adjusted to perfection. When she begins to suffer traumatic side effects from her repeated illegal cosmetic surgery sessions, she finds fame comes at a cost as she is plunged into a nightmarish world where her sense of self-image and identity begin to fracture. This lurid body horror film, based on the manga by Kyoku Okazaki, and directed by critically acclaimed photographer and filmmaker Mika Ninagawa, is a candy-colored nightmare presenting both an assault on the senses and to the perfect picture world of fashion and advertising. Well, that sounds interesting.
Both movies were from the same director.
Same director. That's
Those
right.
and the one and you showed and the one that you showed before.
Yeah, and this one.
Mika.
Sex and violence and body horror. Then we go back to Australia. Umbrella is putting out No Escape. This movie was produced by Gail Ann Hurd. I like this movie, and Martin Campbell directed it.
Yeah.
So I liked it. They're also
nice B action movie.
Yeah, it is. It's good. They're also putting out The Dirties, which I don't know anything about. These are all, I think, local films. And then Looking for Ali Brandy. I don't know anything about these movies, but they're local Australian films. And then Ebony and Ivory. But where's Jade?
Okay.
And then we've got, they are putting out a new 4K version of Day of the Woman, a.k.a. I Spit on Your Grave.
And the totally worthless sequel. Deja Vu.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to tell you. If you want I Spit in Your Grave, you can get it yet again.
One yes, the other one no.
That's right. That's right.
I couldn't believe it, Rob, when that movie came out with 2.5 hours runtime. It felt like a work print.
Insane. And then we've also got another full moon box set. This full moon box set, let's see what this full moon is box set volume 3. It has Puppet Master 2, Puppet Master 3, the original Trancers, and Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity. So if you want to get that, hey, you can. And then we've got coming out, here's the No Escape box with everything in it.
Okay.
All the goodies. And there are the Dirties. The Dirties have good
box,
stuff.
T-shirt.
And then Looking for Ali Brandy.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's always nice if you can choose if you want just a movie or if you want to go big with the title.
Yes. And then Decal Releasing has a movie coming out that, again, I don't know anything about it, but it's called Rebuilding.
I think I heard Eric Weber talk about it. He reviewed it. He was really, really fond of the movie.
After losing the old family ranch to a wildfire, a cowboy winds up in a small camp in the vast American West. When he reconnects with his daughter, his ex-wife, and the neighborhood around him, together they find an unlikely community. Well, that sounds delightful.
Yeah.
So there you go.
A new movie. This from this year. It's not an old one.
Yeah. And then we've got
Jean-Paul
Belmondo in The Vultures.
Yeah.
Kino Lorber's putting this out. I don't know when the release date is, but April 1943, Tunisia, occupied by the Germans, ravaged with warfare. A column of Foreign Legion enters El Qassour, a city on the coast. Its mission is to retrieve the 6 billion francs worth of gold ingots from the bank and convey them to the Allies. But the enemy is waiting, and when dawn strikes in the dead city, there are only a few French survivors. This was actually shot on location in Tunisia. The Vultures.
Ooh, okay.
Also features the rugged Michael Constantin, dazzling Marie Lefory, and an epic soundtrack by George Delarue. I love George Delarue. So, hey, this might be worth picking up. What's not to love? Then we come down to this. What's next? Then we have the Rolling Stones concert movie, Let's Spend the Night Together, from the mid-'80s, is coming. And then, of course, there is the Begonia that you already showed, the Begonia Collector's Edition. Then we have Pulse. Pulse is from 1988, not the American remake of Kyushu Kurosawa's film.
Yeah.
But that's coming out. So Mill Creek is putting out Pulse. They're also putting out Suspect with Sharon Dennis Quaid. And then we have coming out the High-Low Country, which I thought was pretty good.
Okay.
And finally, last but not least, Vampiros Lesbos from Severin. I love this movie. By the way, this movie has a banging soundtrack. One of the great soundtracks from the late 60s. I love the soundtrack for this movie so much. I always have. Coming out in 4K, I think.
Right.
And then we have the charts, the overall charts, top-selling Blu-ray discs, all formats, including 4K. Downton Abbey, the grand finale, The Mask, The Naked Gun, Freakier Friday, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Shin Godzilla, The Fantastic Four First Steps, Jurassic World Rebirth, and Him. And then we go to
just before you go on, Rob, on the 4K, it just shows how big Downton Abbey is.
It's huge.
Was surprised.
People love it.
Yeah.
And people buy it in 4K. Now, the top-selling 4K discs, The Mask from Arrow, by the way, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's part of their deal with Warner Brothers. Yeah. Not One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, but The Mask. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, Tron Legacy, Downton Abbey: The Grand Finale, Tron itself, Together, Shin Godzilla, and U571, which I have to pick up.
Schnäppchen. Probably Schnäppchen.
There you go. And Dietz, that is all the news that is fit to print.
Nice. Looking forward to purchasing one or two of those titles. I think we had some super chats that came in, Rob. And then
we do. And one of them says, here's a super chat saying, who'd be crazy enough to spend $800 on a film book?
It was only 500, but okay.
I'm just saying. That was 200 Studio.
I remember, Rob, when you looked it up, and I thought that the price has dropped. It actually went up, and it was, I think, at 800 when you looked it up.
It's true. 200 Watt Studio says, I would love to have Coma on 4K. I would too. I like Coma. Yeah. Janvier Bujold, based on Robin Cook's novel. As a matter of fact, Brian Fuller talks about that in an interview I did with him 5 years ago that I've repurposed. By the way, tomorrow I am going to USC after the John Campea show, and I'm going to an alum. Well, it's an event, but it's at USC, and Brian Fuller will be speaking after showing Dust Bunny. So I'm going to see his movie Dust Bunny tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. You go, Brian Fuller. Very exciting at USC. I haven't been back to USC. I used to go there all the time for the Academy screenings. I haven't been on the USC campus in decades.
In forever.
It's probably been 20 years. But I'm looking forward to going back, because, I first set foot on, it's so wild to think I first set foot on the USC campus in 1988. It's wild to me to when you, just as an aside, it's bizarre to think how much time has gone by since I've lived in Los Angeles. I moved down here in June of 88. And I was a newly minted 21-year-old going to school at USC. So going back there, and it's the film school does not, it's totally different. There's very few things. Some of the buildings are still there, but it's a very different place. And that makes sense because
back to the roots for you.
Going back to the roots, going back tomorrow to check it out. Well, I guess this brings us to where?
You're taking a break, and I'm doing the live chat readout.
I am going to do that.
Last week.
It's going to be
our
great
final episode of Season 5. And of course, I start with previously on Let's Get Physical Media. David Rose, congratulations. You guys are a great team. Gordon Bedell, happy anniversary, Rob and Dieter. Can't believe it's been 5 years, although I guess the big divot in my bank account matches that. We're probably responsible for some of that. Lorenzo Fletcher says, disclaimer, this is not Rob and Deed's final episode. Yeah, we got lucky. The Burnettwork said, okay, let's have those guys a sixth season. Brian Knight, Robert and Dieter, if your opening credits get any longer, this could turn into a 4-hour show. It was almost a 4-hour show last week. Gordon Vedell, Dieter über alles. Prost, even if there's not alcoholic beverage. Peter Cunnington, hopefully the show continues to the dying days of physical media, whenever that will be. BCH thinks, your English is fine, Dieter. Okay, I'll take that compliment. And considering we're getting a 6th season, Altmetall says, Stranger Things get cancelled after season 5, but not Let's Get Physical Media. And Carl Cinema says, Let's Get Physical Media got bigger ratings. That would be nice to have those Stranger Things ratings. Walter Whitewalker, Dieter pays for the show with Schnitzel. Unfortunately, I have not paid Rob a meal until now. Played out. There's about There's about to be one media conglomerate. Rollerball is coming true, certainly. Gone Vidal, Dieter is paid in bargain bin Blu-rays. Well, that could be it. HV Christodot, I have Brick on DVD, the Ryan Johnson movie. It's not bad, but I can watch it after The Last Jedi. Come on, let's leave The Last Jedi out of Ryan Johnson's films. Joseph, Max has an HD DVD collection. Yeah, like myself. Max and I are always on the wrong side of the format wars. Peter Cunnington, will there even be players available to actually play your physical media in 10 years? Yeah, that's always Rob fears. But considering
you've got to buy one and put one away.
Yeah. For the rainy days. HV Christodot, whoever gets my collection after me is going to have a great time. Walter Whitewalker, I'd actually rather see Apple get Warner Brothers, then Paramount, and then Universal. On that drop, had we heard anything new about the Warner Brothers selling deal? Do you know anything new?
No,
about it?
I haven't. I haven't heard anything new. I mean, it's ongoing.
Yeah, there was just Warner is still not happy, with the money.
No, they're not. And look, they put it up for sale. Hopefully look, I'd like to see Warner Brothers maintain its autonomy. Frankly.
Yeah, me too, Rob. Yeah, that would be the best for all of us. Pooch 44 says, second only to R.I. Stein is quite an accomplishment, considering Max being in that category. Film Maniac says Apple usually doesn't allow physical releases, still waiting for the last Scorsese film. Yeah, but you can get, if you want, Killers of the Flower Moon in Italy on a 4K disc. HV Christodot, Dick Tracy is the rare novelization that is better than the movie. Nice. And Valiant, aka Paul Allen Bonotto, says The Ugly Stepsister French media book looks awesome. Yes, it does. It does. Joseph says Blair Witch Project was made on low resolution videotape too. 4K can't help it, and that's why it was the right choice for Second Sight to release it just as a Blu-ray. But finally, it has the look that it needs. That was just a great set last year. HV Christodot, I watched the Korean movies, The Witch 1 and 2. Those will not be staying in my collection, but they will stay in my collection. And I totally love the first one. Yes, the second one was a step down, but I still want actually a third one to finish the trilogy. I thought the first one is awesome. Rulard 6611. I agree. I love Looper. Waiting for that on 4K, but Looper is already out on 4K in the States on Sony and in the UK too. Justin Toner, like Max and Ida, if Cynthia Rothrock is in the lead, I buy it. Big Disc Energy. Did anyone see Together? I missed it in theaters. Yeah, totally one of my favorite movies this year. Had a blast with it, considering horror movies. Of course, we talked about Chris Stuckman's movie, Shelby Oaks. Real Thomas Logan. Shelby Oaks is total garbage. And Joshua Gonzalez says, I saw it. I just thought it was really derivative. And he tells us the same information like 10 times. Like I said, I thought it was decent. Seen way worse. Walter Whitewalker, it wouldn't be fair to Stuckman if you didn't give an honest review. He wouldn't learn from his mistakes if people took it too easy. Barlord, he needs to see constructive criticism so he can grow. Indiana Chick, did Drinker's movie suck? Critical Dinger did his own little movie. I heard, yeah, it's probably not that good. No, it's just a proof of concept, but I actually haven't watched the Drinkers movie. Adventure Square says Stuckman did fine with his first outing. Not the best in the world, but an earnest effort. He and his wife were great speaking about his at the festival. H.G. Christodot, Dieter, I watched Terrifying High School Girls Part 1, 3 to go. Lucky you, if you still have 3 to go. And we have, of course, had talked a little bit about Predator Badlands. Barlord, It removed the mystic of the Predator species for me. It was fun enough, but I have no desire to see it again, nor continue with the franchise. I will give it credit for trying something new. And Apocalypse Cow says, I walked out too. Okay. Walter Whitewalker says, I had a lot of fun with Badlands, and the popcorn bucket is awesome. And Real Thomas Logan reminds me, Dieter, it's called Yautja. Stop calling it a Predator. And Justin Toner, Badlands was a good fun time. Like Vegas Robocop said, Badlands was fun. And Major Chai Chai had fun with Badlands, but I'm not wedded to the Predator franchise. Big Dis Energy. I totally say the same thing. My three least favorite words, which Max said the two, are out of print. Correct. Big Dis Energy. Tyrone Power in the original Nightmare Alley gives one of the greatest performances on film. So you're in line with Max there. Alvaro was there. He said, I really enjoyed Rental Family, Brendan Fraser movie, as well. And Big Dis Energy, R&B should do some Blu-ray giveaways. You sure about that? You should do that? Okay. HV Christodot. I got my hard boiled. Sorry, Deeds. Yeah, I probably have to wait for Arrow or Shout comes out with some reprint. Alpenthal says, don't be sad and relax, Dieter. We will get it from Arrow. And Richard Curtis says, can't wait for Arrow to release Hard Boiled. And Alpenthal, Red Cliff from John Woo is great. Always love to watch it. Yeah, me too. It was actually a two-parter. Rulat, those Red Cliff movies are a masterpiece. My favorite of his movies. Then we talk a little bit about One Battle After Another. Pooch says Sean Penn was brilliant. Tilo Grimm, such a shitty movie. Big Dis Energy, Jason Finity is beautiful. And Real Thomas Logan says, it's great, but it's not this year's best. Sinner wins, because Big Dis Energy thinks One Battle After Another will win Best Picture. And I think so too. Paul and Bernardo reminds me.
I think Marty Supreme could take it.
Oh, okay.
And I haven't seen Marty Supreme, but we'll see.
I heard good things about it. Yeah. We'll see. Will be perhaps a tight race. And Valiant, aka Paul and Bernardo, says or tells me Open Water, which I showed last week, is a good movie from true events. Nice. Haven't gotten around to it yet. Big Dis Energy, Kino Lorber and Warner Archive are my two favorite Blu-ray labels. Consumer friendly. You by now says, I'm looking at my growing 4K collection and I'm like, when I'm going to find time to watch all these? I have them just in case. You and I, Parker Shuttlecraft, in the same shuttle bay.
It's true.
I just have them just in case. Adventure Square, I love the silliness of Megan 2. Correct. I'm there with you. The Kelly Kid, Megan Ellison, is the best Ellison. Hopefully they bring her in to influence the film division at Paramount. She's a great producer. Okay. Uncle Remus, love your show, guys. Thank you. HV Christodot, I'm drinking a German Radeberger. Roast. The Restart Point, great show. Just for more tips. Sorry. Back again. The Restart Point. Great show. Just for movie tips in general. Glad you did find some movie tips here. Handello, this is the never-ending Let's Get Physical media episode. It actually ended after 4 hours. And this was the end of the live chat recap from last week.
Well, that's exciting. Where do we go from here, Dietz? Does that mean we can end our show? The first show of season 6?
Yeah. At a normal timing rate again.
Not bad. I mean, 2.5 hours, that's pretty good. 2 hours and 35 minutes.
And does Plato says, Dieter never shouts me out. Yeah, but I go through the live chat. You have to put something out. Like you did above. Is that the soccer shirt? Yeah, that is the German official soccer shirt that the Germans will wear next year when the World Cup is where, Rob? Next year?
Here.
In the United States. Correct. In the United States.
It's here.
And someone in the live chat, Rob, was pissed, but even we talked about it, and I wanted to get back to you on it if you have had the time to continue watch Last Samurai Standing.
I haven't watched any more of it. I have just
Okay,
because I've
okay.
been busy with
Yeah.
stuff, but I will get back to it. I mean, the
Yeah.
only show I've been watching is Pluribus. And
Yeah.
we got it released a couple days early because of the holiday. Thank you,
Correct.
Apple Plus.
Yeah.
By the way, Justin
And
Toner.
then now we are standing here with the big cliffhanger, considering Pluribus, Rob.
Yeah, well, it's only 9 episodes, so we're halfway through the first season.
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'll talk about it later tonight. Justin Toner says, "Hey guys, no Black Friday purchases for me. Have to save money.
Okay.
I do have tickets to see Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair on Friday.
I'm so envious.
Can't wait.
Rob,
to
have you
see
seen the running time? Have you seen the running time for it? 275 minutes.
Got it.
Because
Wait,
there's a 275
No,
minutes.
that's got to be
it's
wrong.
it's good. No, it contains a separate news section actually.
Yeah,
I think
but
I'm right on that.
Dude, 200. It's got to be 175 minutes. 200.
That's only 3 hours, Rob.
No, 3 hours is 180 minutes.
Yeah, but considering all those movies already were 2 hours long, right? Just let me look, Rob.
No,
Kill
no.
Bill, the whole bloody affair. It says here, Rob, on IMDb, 4 hours and 35 minutes. 275 minutes. The whole bloody affair. Unrated. And since the movie is coming out next week, Rob,
Wow.
I doubt that is a wrong. That is
You
a
might
wrong
be right
running
then. Wow,
time.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to get
I
that.
think he added some animated. I think he added some
Yeah, there's
animated sequence. So it's not really. It's not exactly the whole bloody affair that you have seen, Rob. It's
Wow,
should be a
okay.
little bit different. 275 minutes, Rob.
I gotta go see
And
that
I'm
goodness
totally
at the
envious
Vista.
of all of you who can see it this coming week. I think it comes out this week, Rob. Am I right?
It does come out this week. It comes
September,
out Friday.
December?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It probably will be the best if they make an intermission. If they make an intermission.
Yeah,
at
I
one
don't know
point.
if there is. That's really interesting. Wow, I'm excited. All right, I
Yeah.
can't wait. I'm gonna go see it at the Vista, his theater.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
yeah, and it's coming out in 70.
Or perhaps, Rob, that could be a thing too. Perhaps they have even factored in an intermission into that running time. When I looked up at the Avatar screenings at my multiplex, they showed the running time at 210 minutes, and the movie is 195. So they already factored in an intermission, making an intermission of 15 minutes
Wow,
with it.
crazy.
Perhaps could be. Yeah, crazy.
Well, either way, it's very, very exciting. Very exciting. Let me just make sure that I have not missed
And
anything.
Rob, get back to Last Samurai Standing
Oh, I will.
as soon as
I
you have
will.
the time.
I just want to make sure that I didn't miss any super
Yeah.
chats or tips or anything like that.
Yeah.
Nope, we are good. We are good. I've got everything. So,
Okay,
um,
so on my end,
yeah.
jede Person, die du triffst, hat eine Geschichte zu erzählen, die du noch zu hören hast. Alles, was du tun musst, ist zuhören.
Every person you meet has a story to tell that you have yet to hear, and all you have to do is listen. I want to thanks to my moderating staff. I want to thanks to everybody who generously supports this channel via super chats and tips and all of those things. And yeah, what a great show. Thank you all for being here. I very much appreciate it. And tomorrow I'm going to see Brian Fuller's Dust Bunny, which I'm very excited to see. So that's
Awesome.
that's very exciting. So I guess we'll say
Big week for you. Big week for you.
goodbye. Yeah, it's a big week to live and die in LA.
Wang Chang, a lot of
I'm
stuff.
looking forward to
A
it.
lot of stuff to do.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. Elizabeth has her painting show that opens in their gallery at school tomorrow at La Sierra College, so that's cool. But I will say goodbye to everybody. We'll see you next week, and I believe there will be a member call next Saturday, so that'll be fun. The last one was 5 hours. What's with all these 5-hour shows? I don't know.
So yeah,
But we will.
that's your starting point, Rob. When other starting to drift, then Rob has finally warmed up to do a show.
It's true. It is true.
Survivors.
All right, everyone. I will see you later. I will probably bring back last night's
Yeah.
Let's Get Physical Media and do it tonight. Pluribus.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to talk
And
about
and don't be too upset if Rob does a show about Pluribus. He can talk about what is happening in the show. So if you have not seen it, perhaps stay away.
Yeah,
because I want to hear what
I
Rob
was
has
saying
to
that
say
it's a
about it.
total spoilerific show, so don't
Yeah.
don't do
You
it.
should.
Don't do it.
Don't do it if you have not seen it. If you have not
Yeah.
seen it, go in as blind as you can. And Rhea Seehorn is awesome in it.
All right,
Totally
everyone. Adios. And thank
Adios.
you for being here. Thank you for being a friend. Now I have to find out where can I go to even turn the show off? Do I have the place I need to turn the show off?
That magic button. Where's that?
Where is the magic?
Signing
I'm
off
looking
button.
for Google. I'm looking for oh, here it
Yeah.
is. I found it. Now I can turn it
Perhaps
off.
that shit again.
Okay, we are